What's good, all you casuals out there? All you casuals in the world, and all you casuals in here. How's everyone doing today?
Who's hosting the show
Fantastic.
today?
Probably me.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah,
What's
but
good,
who's
all
that?
you
Who are
cat
you?
and
It says
kittens?
Dub on your screen, but that ain't Dub.
Who do you think this is?
Where's Dub at?
This is me, bro. This is new and improved.
Mr. Suave Smooth.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
see,
that
when the camera and everything gets adjusted, you gotta adjust yourself as well. You feel me? So
You do look a little more clear. I'll give you that. You do.
Rico
look clear.
Rico Dove.
Rico Dove is so corny.
That's what you look like.
Yo, Rico Suave. That's right.
That's crazy.
Yo, so
Daddy Yankee.
y'all just want to get into it because there was a crazy debate in the group chat this week because there's a lot of people being nasty up here.
And in the Discord.
And in the Discord.
I lost
bro.
my voice because I was in the Discord for 10 hours yelling at Trent, yelling at all these people in the Discord, man. I couldn't even celebrate the Nuggets win, man.
Yo, you gotta send me the Discord link, dog.
Oh, I'll send it to you right now, bro.
Don't do it. Don't get in there. Don't do it.
You shouldn't get in there. It's a bad place.
It's
We
crazy.
finally got Trey in there.
You got Trey in there?
That is crazy.
It's a bad
I went in for 15 minutes and I was out. I'm like, I'm never going in there again.
You're nasty enough.
It's a bad place, bro. It's a bad place. But G baby, why don't you tell everybody what was going on in the Discord, man? It's a lot of
Man,
nasty people
so
in here.
I'm gonna explain the background of how this title became what it was.
Oh god.
Regular week, chilling. All of a sudden, I woke up. I get in the Discord, DoorDash G baby in full effect, and I hear, you know what? Sauce ain't really top 5 for real. And I'm like, And then they're like, oh, there's like 8, 9 dudes that are just way better than Sauce. And I'm like, what? I'm confused. And I'm like, where did this come from? Because I'm thinking, wow, y'all must be really bored this offseason. Because now all of a sudden, we got people saying, oh, I'll take Trayvon Diggs over Sauce because I value what he does more. And I'm just like, whoa, like, what type of... So we're bringing it here today because Mr. Trent down there is part of the crew that started all this nastiness. So I'll let Trent explain what.
Trent, how did this all start off? And please tell me, where do you rank Sauce Gardner? Don't leave that out.
Okay, so mind you, real quick, I ain't say Trayvon Diggs was better because I'm not that guy. But it just started because Warnock Dub. He kept saying like middle of the season, like at the end, like yo, Sauce overrated and this and that. I'm like, but why he keep
Warnock
saying
is a bad guy.
that's crazy. Nah, but I went to go watch the All-22 back. Not just saying he just don't guard the best. Don't guard the best people. So I'm like, and then like he don't travel for me, and he just staying like, and I just look. I was like, is he really top 5?
Yeah,
And now looking back on it, he not.
you're wrong.
And
So
mean,
Sauce
Is he
not
top 10?
5?
Is he top 10?
hey, for sure. I have him. I think he's 8 through 10. I think
8
there's
through 10?
7. I think there's 7 corners that are for sure better than him.
And who's better than him, please?
Wow, that's crazy.
So Jalen, Jair, PS2, Slade, Gilly, AJ, Terrell, and Denzel Ward.
Kill him.
You're wrong.
Denzel Ward.
So my thing is, why is Marshawn Lattimore not better than, or JC Horn? With y'all's logic, why is he
JC ain't played in 2 years though.
not JC Jackson? JC Horn.
Oh, JC.
I mean, you said what?
Not JC Jackson.
I said JC Horn. I said JC Horn ain't played basically in 2 years.
What's his name? I mean, just Sauce is just a way.
When did JC Horn miss time?
He towards ACL.
Remember that first year he got hurt too, like an elbow.
He towards ACL. Well, Marshall, if somebody say, I'm not going to, somebody say Marshawn Lattimore. I haven't really watched Marshawn Lattimore, but I know his past, so I'm not going to really trip about it.
Marshawn Lattimore has had 1 year where he was actually like an elite player.
Oh, Trey. Oh, G baby, you get him then.
I didn't say all that.
Let him finish.
Hey, if you want to get there, we can talk about it. We can talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
Marshawn Lattimore came on the scene with a bang. He's been chasing that dragon ever since. And that's the reason why he hasn't been the top guy. Because instead of him just playing his discipline and doing what got him there in the first place, he's been chasing 5-6 picks a year ever since. And it shows on tape. If you don't believe we can go ahead and pull it up, baby.
The yup from OJ is hilarious.
No, seriously. Part of the whole legend.
Okay, but I don't
of
think
Marshawn
Marshawn Lattimore's top 5.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is either.
Go ahead,
whole-
OJ.
this-
Well, OJ was saying something. Go ahead.
Part of the whole legend. Y'all gonna call me a biased Bucks fan, but part of the whole legend behind Marshawn Lattimore is because he did lock up Mike Evans for a couple of years, and so like that's been used to propel him to a level that he doesn't deserve to be. So there's that as well.
I mean, it's
Well, I'm
not
gonna tell you about
just
Marshawn,
Mike
bro.
Evans.
That
That
was
helps.
crazy, dog.
That
I
helps.
so pissed.
Can I
That
call time out
helps.
for a second and ask a question, Trent?
You said
I want to call time out and ask a question real quick because you
Audible.
said something. You said something in your monologue there about he doesn't travel. So is that a prerequisite for you? Like you have to travel to be a good corner. Like if I am just the right, if I am the right corner, and you know that side of the field is locked, you figure out the rest of the defense for the rest of the field. I got this right side locked. No one's catching nothing. Is that not better than someone who travels and isn't as good?
Okay, so
Mhm.
even
Richard Sherman.
you don't. I know the T-Babe. I knew they was gonna break it up. But unless you're like a Richard Sherman-esque, even though he traveled a bit, like if you're locking up just in zone, that's fine. But I'm going to take the corners that are way better man coverage corners than him and just as good as zone corners and travel in the fact over Sauce.
Because there was a time when Dion just took care of one side.
Yeah, but Deion also traveled and locked people up though.
But there was a time when he just locked up one side, and you just didn't throw there anymore, and
Yeah,
all
but
you
I'm
had was
saying-
half the field to work with. So that's all I'm saying is. So is there a prerequisite for you that you have to travel to be a top 5?
I like unless you're getting like a Richard Sherman-esque who travel a bit and just getting dumb picks in his own coverage. I'd rather just take a guy like who's traveling, playing just as good as his own coverage, and it's a way better 1,000% man coverage corner than you.
Okay.
So what Sauce did, not traveling in his rookie season.
That part.
Well, here's the thing, Fluent. If you got him top 3, I don't care because I don't care about what you're saying right now because you got him top 3, you're overrating him.
I asked top 5. I'm not even.
Hey,
That's where
I
I'm
think
starting.
I think Sauce got the goods. I'm gonna give him. I like to give a person at least 2-3 years before I really, you know what I mean. But
Oh, yeah, real quick. Now, I'm not
I think
saying
he got
he's
the
not
goods. I think he got the goods. I want to see how he do this year. You know what I mean? Because some of them guys have a good year. I want to see how he do this year. And go back to Marshawn Lattimore. I think Marshawn problem is Marshawn is one of them corners that play down to the level of his competition. If he got a big time receiver going up against that week, he gonna come ball. But then he'll let somebody like Nelson Aguilar, it's his name again, kill him. I'm saying I seen him get killed by at least regular sorry receivers, bro. But the big time receivers he come to play.
And wait,
That
Lattimore.
G baby, let G baby.
Like G-Baby, you a Saints fan,
I'm
bro.
not
You
gonna hold you.
know what,
Okay, I'm okay. I'm not gonna lie.
He
I'm
was
caught
like,
off guard because I was not prepared for a Marshawn Lattimore conversation.
No.
Because Trey,
That's his squad, though. That's his
bugging,
squad.
boy.
You
That
should be
man
ready
is-
no matter what.
No, he
bro.
real. He real.
Saying he only had one elite
You know
season,
what I'm talking
bro.
about?
Hey, bro, you said he only had one elite season, bro. That's wild to me. Now, what I will give you, he had a bit of a sophomore slump. That I will give you. That second year was nowhere near the first. But ever since then, bro, Marshawn Lattimore has been playing elite. He's not like top 3, top 4. He's not on them level, but he's been playing elite. And then the guys, Cruiser, you talk about he get beat by Nelson Aguilar. First of all, he's always struggled with speed demons. That's not who he is. That's why they had to go get in Alontae Taylor. And before that, I don't remember who they was working with before, but he's never a speed guy. That's not who Marshawn Lattimore. He struggles against speed guys. Like that's been the.
He struggles against speed and guys that are elite route
And then
runners.
also, I'm not saying he's never gonna travel because I ain't gonna. So I started doing that because they sound like G-Bad say they sound like mad pieces in all season on defense side.
Yeah, well, they signed Chuck Clark. Unfortunately, he got hurt. All they did was replace him with Adrian
if he
Amos.
starts traveling more.
Hold on. Sorry, I don't know why I'm on tape delay. OJ, did you just say he struggles with speed and guys who run routes? So what? He can only cover slow, bad route runners.
Big receiver.
That's
Mike
not
Evans.
true.
He's good
That's
against
not true at
physical
all,
receivers.
but-
He's good against
Oh,
physical
okay.
receivers, man. Like,
Good.
but
Yeah,
he
big receivers,
can't.
he had him in a blanket.
Let's stay on one
Slow.
topic. Let's stay on
Yes,
one
sir.
topic, and we'll stay on the Marshawn one, and then we'll transition back to Sauce. But we'll go back. We'll go to the Marshawn one. And Trey, what else do you have to say about Marshawn to rebuttal the G baby?
This is my thing with Marshawn, and it's to Cruz's point. There is some truth in what he's saying because he does play to the level of his competition. That is a thing that happens with him. He gets lazy. He gets bored. And sometimes that's the thing that happens with corners, especially when you're asking corners to play on an island. You're literally out there by yourself. Some of them dudes do get bored. There was a span in the 2000s where a lot of them dudes were taking Adderall and getting popped. And it wasn't because it was like, oh, well, this is going to help me run faster. No, them dudes was literally doing it so they could like lock in and be on the island and stay locked in, because playing out there all the time, sometimes it does get boring. But my bigger point with Marshawn is like, for real, he's not even in the conversation. My biggest issue with this whole conversation is, one, I didn't think it was that egregious because I still have Jalen Ramsey as the #1 DB in football, like point blank period. When I said Sauce was 3, I'm going off of what I watched this year on tape.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, yeah, the kid's top 3. You're looking at a 6'3" corner who can get out of literally any break, regardless of where he's going. It's the most amazing shit I've ever seen in my life. You don't see leggy corners who are able to be in a back pedal, turn their hip, running in zone, then they get matter of fact, somebody knows this play I'm about to talk about. There's a play against the Packers. Romeo Dobbs is play action. He runs it was like a triple move. He stems inside, acts like he's gonna take it to the corner, turns it into a post, and then sits down into a curl. Sauce matched every move. Like that dude is different. You don't see human beings like him.
Yeah, to have hips, to be able to move his hips like that at that height, yeah, it's crazy.
And the argument about him not traveling, 1, Richard Sherman. 2,
Why do you fuck?
That's 2 Richard Shermans. That's 2 Richard Shermans.
This is why I bring up Richard Sherman.
So 2 different corners, bro. Why do you keep bringing that up?
No. It is 2 different corners. But this is the thing I tried to tell you when you were like, well, he does travel. He traveled in very specific situations at certain points in his career. The only time you saw him change from one side of the field to the other, 9 times out of 10 on a week in, week out basis based on the rules of their defense was, okay, who is the field corner? Who is the boundary corner? That is literally based on the strength of the offense. That is not traveling. If he just so happened to be on the other side as the same as the #1 receiver that week, it wasn't because, oh, well, he's traveling. It's because
he was on the field this time instead of the boundary.
But there was also other situations though when he's guarding. Guarding.
There were very few situations,
but he still did it though. You can't just say it's very few.
Richard Sherman played the boundary, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He played both. What I'm saying though, Sauce ain't doing it. And the thing is, with the whole Sauce is not guarding the wide receiver ones. I'm not going to say he's a better coverage corner than somebody like AJ Terrell. When AJ Terrell is guarding the best guys, and he's one of the best man coverage corners in the league, and just as good as his own.
Okay, and this is the conversation this is the thing that I said to you, because I'm not talking from what I'm saying. What you're saying is a personal preference, which at the end of the day is cool. But I'm saying if I'm a defensive coordinator, there's a different skill set between being able to take away one man and being able to take away an entire section of the field. That's one. And if I'm a defense coordinator, I value the second skill set a lot more than one, because there have been 50 million ways that I can scheme a guy open if I got a corner that week that's good at taking away one guy.
Ray, I'm sorry to break it to you. It's like
put him in the backfield. Like I can do 50 million things, as opposed to I got this one corner. I'm going to sit him in the boundary. He's going to take away this entire third of the entire half of the field, and I get to flood the rest of the zone with 10 other players. And either I get to come up with every disguise that you could think of and trick your quarterback, or I could send the absolute house at you, and I don't have to worry about nothing going on the backside.
But Trey,
and if you try, God bless you, because it's going.
Trey, here's the thing, though. There's like 8 corners that could have replicated what he had done this season.
I do not believe that.
Why not?
I do not believe that.
Why not though?
Skill set. It's a very different skill set. There's a difference between lining up in man coverage and taking away one person versus I am giving you the responsibility of the entire game. You have this entire section.
But Trey, on that defense, on what they did, again, there's like 9. I can name them for you. There's like 8 corners, 9 corners that can do the same thing.
And I'm telling you.
So you mean to tell me Jair couldn't do the same thing?
I told you already. We had this conversation. I do not believe Jair can replicate.
Why not?
One, because of his size. He's not.
He's like 5'10", 5. Bro, come on, bro. You really have to say G-Baby. He's one of the best. He's probably the best coverage corner in the league.
It's a completely different skill set. What part of that do you not understand?
His skill set is better than Sauce.
No, that's a personal preference.
How is that a personal preference?
Hold on.
He's saying
about
different
Jalen Ramsey, right?
Than Sauce. What to the screen?
Are you saying Jalen Ramsey's skill set is better than Sauce? Is that what you're saying?
Him too.
Trent?
He's saying Jair is better than
Jair.
What I'm saying is it's a completely different skill set. And the skill set that he's talking about that, I'm going to give you one section of the field. You take this away versus I'm going to lock you up man on man with the guy's number one receiver every week. You travel, you take him away. You make his life hell for that week. That's a completely different skill set.
But what in Sauce game will be different from Jair or PS2, even a Tariq Woodland in that defense? What would be the difference?
Oh wait, Tariq Woolen.
You said Jair because of his height. So when I bring up Tariq Woolen, what's the difference?
Oh, Tariq Woolen can't move like Sauce. That's the difference. No, he can't. No.
Dead ass.
Trey,
you dead ass, bro. Trey, you dead ass, bro. You dead ass, bro. Come on, bro.
Turn on the tape.
You said what?
You think Tyreek Woolen could do what Sauce did on the Jets?
I think there's like 9 corners that could have moved. Could have done the same thing as Sauce.
Nah. You lost me on that one. I don't know about that.
Bro,
you're under.
Can you name the 9? Can you name the 9?
Who could do what Sauce did this year? That's crazy.
So what was so crazy to y'all when y'all saw it? Like what that he did that other corners couldn't do?
I think. Let me answer this question. For his height, right? Given his height, bro, he's like Aqib Talib, but better and more disciplined. And he's only a rookie, bro. I don't think I've seen a corner at his height, bro, to be able to turn his hips and move his hips as fluidly as he does. And because of that, bro, there's some things that other corners just won't be able to do because they don't have the requisite physical abilities, bro. Period. And they never will because they don't have it.
Are you saying
that? No. To move like that at that height. It's not just the height because you can have the height and
Tariq Woolen moves great at his size.
He doesn't get in and out of his breaks the way Sauce does.
It's different, bro. Sauce is like Aaron Hernandez, bro, but for a corner. He like his hips is just bro. He's different, bro.
I think y'all dragging on.
But the Aqib, I'm not gonna lie. Him saying Aqib Talib, bro, but like better and more I'm not gonna hold you. That's pretty accurate. Accurate, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
So wait. So you mean Trey? You don't think that Stephon Gilmore could do what he did?
No, because I think he has a completely different skill set. That's what I'm trying.
He gets out his breaks better than Sauce.
Okay,
that's debatable. Yeah,
it's not debatable at all.
At this point in their career, it is very debatable. It's debatable. Again, because of his size, the length that he presents, and the way that he moves, he is able to knock away passes. He's able to get in the way of passing lanes in the ways that some of these other dudes can't do.
So you telling me all the top guys, they can't do it like Sauce? You're dragging it.
Also, too. Hey, wait. To add for
all the guys I'm naming, they're top guys in the league.
To add for the context, Trent also thinks Sauce's hips aren't that good, like y'all making it seem.
Yeah, I think y'all dragging it with his hips. I'm not gonna hold you.
So Trent, you also have to think the opposing quarterback is not gonna try Sauce as easy, like on a goal line or like a red zone fade route like that, like most other corners, bro. Simply because of his physique, bro. It's just not gonna happen.
And he's not guarding the best. If he was guarding the best guy on the red zone, they would try him.
But it's not his
I hate when y'all
fault
do
that
that.
they're not. It's
Because
not
I hate
his
when y'all,
fault,
but I hate
bro.
when no, but
It's
G, I hate
not
when
his fault.
But G baby,
The
I
coach
know it's
literally
not.
said,
G baby,
bro.
I know it's not his fault, but I hate when y'all doing it. They're not gonna try. Bro, stop it. I hate when y'all do that.
Wait.
I mean, they don't try him like that.
Wait. I'm glad we got here. I'm very, very glad we got here because this led into a J.C. Jackson conversation that we had earlier because you brought him up in this situation, and I was like, oh,
J.C. Jackson. I said J.C.
when we had the previous conversation about Sauce, you brought up J.C. Jackson while we were talking about it, and my response when you brought up J.C. Jackson, I was like, oh, you mean that NFL coordinators kept throwing at week after week after week.
Yeah, he was in a terrible. He wasn't. That's not the fit for JCN.
No. I'm talking about when he actually made good on that contract year with the Patriots, and every week
he was guarding the best guy. Trey, that's my point. You're
Okay.
gonna have to throw it to your best guy at one point, bro.
Stop. This is what I need you to understand, specifically about the way the NFL works. This is not like college football where they will find the weak link in your defense and be like, oh, okay, cool. Let's attack him a couple of times and then go back to running our offense. No. There's a reason I brought up that game against between the Cowboys and the Eagles where they had that practice squad dude playing corner against Amari Cooper, and that poor unfortunate soul got cooked to high hell, and he was cut the next week because literally the offense coordinator said, oh, we got food outside? I ain't got to do nothing else, baby. We calling it, hey, number 2, it's up to you. Let's go. We are frying you.
What's the point of bringing up the Patriots when Trey, what's the point of you bringing up the Patriots?
Because they kept throwing to J.C. Jackson because he was a weak link. That's what he said.
You tell me J.C. Jackson and the Patriots was a weak link. You can't beat that ass right now. There's no way. Right now. There's no way you were saying J.C. Jackson was the hot lead.
Wait. To play devil's advocate, they let him go for a reason, right?
Huh?
They let him go for a reason, right? They let him go.
I'm just saying. No, let's have the conversation because I'm not telling you anything. I'm pointing out what the people who work in the NFL who do this literally every day, they turned on that tape on Monday morning and said, you know what? I think we can do it. Until his credit. No. Let me finish. Let me finish. To his credit, I'm never going to take it away from a player when they try you every week and you show up. Salute to J.C. Jackson for showing up that year and getting his money. Now, when he took his ass down to L.A., what the hell happened?
Okay, first off, you brought up the Patriots one. When you're guarding the best guy, you're going to get tried, bro. I don't know why you keep bringing up the Patriots.
You say that like Darrell Reeves did, like people didn't run away from.
Why are you bringing up a top 3 corner of all time? What is wrong with you?
Because people already think Sauce will be top 3.
You act like when they had their best receiver on Reeves, they didn't try him. They
really didn't.
But they tried him sometimes. And what happened, Trey?
And they tried Sauce sometimes this year.
Just so you guys
shut down one side of the field.
Who's Sauce guarding, baby? You tell me.
Just so you guys know, man, Stevie Johnson cooked Reeves every single time, bro.
Stevie Johnson's him.
I'm gonna just throw that out there, bro.
Oh, Stevie Johnson was nasty, bro.
Stevie Johnson was a dude.
I'm just saying. Look, if you mean to tell me, especially
slow receivers always give you problems. That's why Keenan Allen's so good. When you used to,
that's a backhanded
compliment. Always good, bro.
Hey, so look, I'm just saying, like, look, if I'm, especially the way the offenses are ran now, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you put your best guy on the worst corner? Why wouldn't you put the best guy on the CB2 or the one that you feel you could probably have more success in more often than not? Why wouldn't you?
I think that was just because of the team situation they play. Next year, it ain't gonna be no ducking or dodging. They're gonna be playing them dogs.
I mean, okay, but also too, but also
really see who Sauce really is.
But you also got to remember. Oh my gosh, are you? Oh my gosh,
yeah, that just caught me.
I just saw. Yeah. But you got to understand when Robert Saleh literally said he didn't want Sauce traveling because he was worried about the other guys not doing their assignment correctly. What did they do? Granted, he got hurt, but the reason why I'm not missing, even though they got Chuck Clark, who's really good, he got hurt. What did they do? Replace him with Adrian Amos, with at the very least, he's been in the league a long time and has seen a lot to where he should know his responsibility. So now Robert Salah might be a little more comfortable putting Sauce where he goes. So that's why I hate the not traveling, because it makes it seem like what he did. He was doing really good in his role, bro. Like really, really good. It's not his fault the coach wouldn't let him go to the other side.
G-Baby, you know what you just said. I never disagreed. My problem is when you start putting him in the top 5 right now. I think next year, for sure, because I think that he's gonna start traveling more, gonna really show who he is, and really he's gonna go against really good matchups. So, but as of right now,
so if you know he has the ability to do it, why are you still holding him back? If you know, if you just said, "Oh yeah, next year he's gonna travel, he's gonna be really good."
No, I'm not. No.
So why wouldn't you?
No. I ain't saying he's going to travel. I'm saying I think they're going to make him start traveling more. Now we're going to see what he really is, and I think he can be a top 5 guy. Nobody's debating that. I'm just saying.
And also,
right now, you got top 5. You overrating the hell out of it.
Also, GB, I think
you can't be a better coverage corner than somebody, and you're going wide receiver 2s compared to the guys who are wide receiver 1s. I'm sorry, the scheme. I understand it. That just can't happen.
If people are avoiding you, though, I mean that's what it is, bro. It happens all the time. When people are trying to avoid you, that's why they're lining up with wide receivers.
But you gotta understand the teams they played and what. Like I'm saying, Dub, you can't.
Bro, what you mean? It's not like
you can't be a better coverage corner than somebody, and you're guarding wide receiver 2s versus somebody.
They're avoiding him for a reason.
But again, you can't be a better coverage corner.
Trent,
still doesn't.
Doesn't that make you a better corner that they're straying away from you?
Yes.
Like, didn't the fact, I know I'm using a great cornerback of all time, didn't it make Dion better that they wouldn't throw in his direction, even though he didn't have the stats, because they wouldn't throw in his direction?
Exactly.
That's the biggest compliment you can give.
I'll throw you guys another example. Nnamdi Asomugha for the Raiders that 1 year. Nobody wanted any smoke with him, bro. None.
He wasn't. Okay, y'all got it.
Hold on. I just have one question.
He wasn't guarding anybody.
You're the biggest casual here.
He wasn't guarding anybody.
Trent,
and then you see when he came to Philly, what happened? Got exposed.
That's different. Hold on, Trent. One question. Hold on. One question. Did Sauce, in your opinion, have a top 3 season as a corner last season? That's all I want to know.
Yes, yeah, you can say that. I guess.
Okay. So
he did.
I'm saying he had a good season, but I'm just looking at the context and who he's guarding. I just can't put him over the guys that's guarding Jair guarding the Jetta.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair that you feel that way. You want more time. You want to see more. I think that's fair.
Trent's just an old head. He doesn't understand the new class of players. He's just better, more skilled, more talented. Yeah, man. You can't understand. The new players are just faster, they're bigger, they're better, they're stronger, more skilled.
That's so ironic.
Hey, tell Terrell, hey man, Terrell, what he said? Trent McDuffie. Man, no, man. Trent straight, man. Trent guard. Listen, Trent playing the hardest spot on the field, man. Nickelback is the hardest spot on the field.
McDuffie is nice.
Yeah, Trent McDuffie's nice.
I'm just saying, Trent. There's a few times.
The hardest spot on the field too.
Nickelback the hardest spot to play on the field.
Yep.
That's the best corner on the team. To be honest, that's your best corner in the slot.
This is why I still have Jalen Ramsey.
The thing is, even the times.
Field, boundary, and probably once he gets a little later in his career,
he's going to safety, bro. He's going to safety. He a better safety, Trey. He really a better safety than he is corner, to be honest.
Even the times, the thing is, Trent, like even the times where he did have to match up with the best wide receivers, it's not like they were killing him.
He didn't guard him.
No. The times where he get lined up with them, it's not like he was getting killed.
But
it wasn't.
It's not small samples. Like when he guarded Jamar Chase, he guarded him 10 times. It was like 4 run plays, and he got like 2 good reps on him. That's such a small ass sample size. I can't really look at that. For
sure, but for your argument to be valid, it would have to be like at the times where he is going up against the wide receivers, they're at least doing him. Doing him in at least a little bit.
Gave him some work.
Not really.
He gave him some work. When he guarded him, he gave him some work. You can just go look back though. He gave him.
I saw it.
He gave him some work, Trey. He gave him some work.
Amari gave him a little problem. Nothing crazy.
I mean, he barely guarded him. He gave him work. When you're barely guarding somebody, you got to look at what 2
rashes, bro.
Huh?
I want to say he had like 2 games.
Bro, what y'all got?
He went for 9 1-on-1.
You know what I would say, Trent?
Did he go for 9 1-on-1 on
Sauce? No, I'm saying when he guarded him, he got like
you seem to tell if all you said was it's too early to give him that, if it's too soon, I think more people would have been on your side. It's the fact that you said, well, it's because he didn't try. It's because you gave all these other. If you just said it's too early, it was just played 1 year, I probably would have been with you.
Hey, Fluent, that's what I said at the show. I like Sauce. I said,
is that what you said?
No, because I think there's like 7 better coverage corners than Sauce. I get the one side thing, but I think there is. The crazy he's one of the best zone coverage in the league. But like these guys in like the top 7, just as good as his own, and they're clear man coverage.
Okay, now I'm finna get on your head about that shit too. The quote unquote zone coverage corner. First and foremost, this is not 2002 like it was when you were born, buddy. This is 2023. That ain't spot drop zone don't exist. It ain't existed since you was walking around in diapers, bro.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Better zone, like just as good as like when they play zone, they're great zone coverage corners. You understand what I'm saying by that?
For all intents and purposes, in the NFL and low key in college football, zone as we know it kind of doesn't exist anymore. Like literally everything is almost man coverage. Almost all the time.
Not in this case. Not in this case. It's just more of a zone to man. So it's not in this case.
I've already talked to you about this. In match three zone.
Yes, if you bail, it's man. I know, Trey. I know, bro. I play. Bro.
Exactly.
So why you ask me? You saying the same things to me on the show, bro. We already talked.
He's the zone corner when he's literally playing isolated on the backside most of the time with the receiver. And if that dude goes 10 yards vertical,
it's man.
Fellas. I got some super chats to read off, so give me 1 second. Nick Dawson, what's good, my gridiron brothers? Does DJ Reed need more love since he is guarding the number 1 receiver on the Jets?
I mean, he like top 15.
So the Jets have 2 top 15 receivers on their team. If Aaron Rodgers don't succeed with that, I don't know, Trent. Your boy might be,
He's done. He's washed, bro. And they got Garrett Wilson, about to be a top 5 wide receiver in the league.
Facts.
Come on, bro. What are we talking about?
Man, that team missing the playoffs is going to be pissing some people off.
Can't wait.
You don't believe that.
I 100% believe it.
You're lying. I mean, I see the helmet in the background, so I forgot it.
Hey, hold on.
You know I believe it. Not only do I believe it, I'm going to speak it into existence. I'm going to pray for it. I'll put money on it.
Hold on a second. I know, hey, Dub, I know this is not part of the show. Fluent right now, put 500 on Jets not making the playoffs, assuming Rodgers gets healthy. That's the only caveat.
No assuming. If you take out the assuming, I'll do it.
What, bro? If he gets hurt in week 2, what are we talking about?
If someone gets hurt, no.
He's counting on them missing the playoffs because he thinks
exactly that just let me know you don't believe it.
I believe that
so strong. Jets, that's easy money, bro. 500. That's
the
easy
Jets.
Money.
I believe the Jets will miss the playoffs. Now you want to throw in caveats and exceptions. No, hey, if Rodgers gets hurt, then Rodgers gets hurt. That's part of the rule. That's too bad. You lose your 500. So if you believe that they're going to make it, show me you believe it.
Who's their backup quarterback?
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Send the cash out.
That's wild. Hey, I don't like bets like that. I like adding caveats.
I always
there's a lot of bets I didn't cash in because of that.
It's so crazy. What's good, my boy?
Hey, Bama, how you doing?
What's
man?
good with y'all, man?
Hey, Bama, can I just ask you one question real quick? You think Sauce the top 3 corner?
Not yet.
Where you got him? 4, 5, 6?
Yep.
4?
4, 5. Just because the simple reason, like I got him and Tariq right there. Ooh, them boys, some serious. 6'3".
You got Tariq Woolen top 5?
Oh,
man. I mean, Sauce and Tariq convo didn't.
That's gonna be that little duo right there. Like I got right now, Jalen Jair PS2. You feel me? I really want to put AJ Terrell over them boys. He just got hurt. You know what I'm saying? It's a little, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be too nasty, but I'll probably still put AJ Terrell at 4. Fuck it. You feel me?
So does Sauce not traveling?
Sauce nice shit. AJ Terrell travel too though. What you talking about?
No. I'm saying does Sauce not traveling? Does that bother you?
Nah. Sauce, bro. Listen here. 6'3", press man to man. That's special right there. Like I don't care. He ain't even got to travel. If you could just sit there on one side all day and play cover 1, man to man at 6'3" and lock up, man, I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? You doing something right there. That, bro, that's so annoying trying to throw the ball on. I'm just trying to imagine.
Hey, Bama, can I ask you something?
You play that deep ball.
Hey, Bama, can I ask you something, bro?
Yo,
if I say AJ Terrell is way better than Sauce because he's a better man coverage corner, just as good as zone, and he travels to guard as the best guy, is that wild, dude?
No, that ain't wild. I'm trying to tell y'all boys, hey, AJ a dog, bro.
No, I like AJ. He said way better though, like he clearer or something.
Like, I would easily take AJ Terrell
over young, bro. I mean, I'm
easily.
AJ a dog.
I'm not.
Y'all finna see this year. The Falcons up. Wild, that division is between the Panthers and the Falcons for sure.
Y'all are so
disrespectful.
Now the Saints should run away with it.
Bro,
they don't,
I'm not gonna lie. Look, I know
Saints got a QB.
No, I'm gonna get in this because I know Derek Carr had a bad season with Devon. I never disagree with that. That's why I've always said I'm just mildly optimistic, right? But bro, even if you just look on paper, bro. First of all, the Panthers, bro, we don't know what they finna do because at the end of the day, even though we can project what Bryce Young we think he might be, it's still a question mark. Is he a rookie? He ain't played a snap yet, and they got old Adam Thielen over there as they wide receiver one, bro. Like I'm not worried about that. Down.
Look, bro, hey, don't sleep on Visca. Hey,
I don't care about no LaVisca. Don't, man.
You need to care, boy. He gave y'all 290 and 3 touchdowns. Well, you need to care. You, as a Saints fan,
Jonathan Mingo about to be something different.
You're gonna be bad.
You're gonna be bad
like Saints fan, boy. He gave y'all 290.
On paper, bro. On paper, obviously, we're assuming everybody stays healthy. Bro, I'm not gonna hold you. The Saints should not lose that division. They have. I think they have the best defense. I like the Panthers' defense a lot. I still think the Saints have the best defense with DeMario, Cam, Lattimore, and the ascension of Volante. They still got Marcus May and Tyron in the back end. I still think they have the best defense. Offensively, I'm not even worried about Michael Thomas. I can care less about him. I think the offense was perfectly fine with just Olave and Alvin Kamara when they gave him touches. So I'm personally, bro, and then the Falcons, bro. I get they added pieces too because the Panthers, they're just a question mark. But the Falcons, bro, Arthur Smith is still a head coach.
Falcons cut up.
Why you act like Arthur Smith is their head coach, bro? Why you act like Arthur Smith is like a dirt head coach?
He ain't good.
But you act like
I tell y'all.
Falcons not winning more than 5 games.
Outside of Bryce Young, this boy could be offensive player of the year. Outside of Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, especially if they bug out, because I can see either one of them boys bugging out. Bijan. I like Bijan in ATL.
Bro. I like
in ATL.
I like
Drake London year 2.
Pitts back.
Hey, they don't throw the ball.
Man, Ritter.
They don't throw the ball. They use Kyle Pitts as an honorary lineman, bro.
Desmond Ritter about to break out this
year. That boy veteran in year 2.
Desmond Ritter about to.
Desmond Ritter ain't bad.
Desmond Ritter shouldn't be bad this year, bro.
Can he be better than Justin Fields first? Whoa.
Outside that boy showed up naked. Hey, but it's turned into Pornhub. Get your ass up out of freak ass nigga. Hold on, I'm finna roast this nigga. Freak by that Zion Williams head ass boy. Johnny Sins head ass boy.
Hey, yo.
Since we on corners, my dark horse corner with is Asante Samuel. Underrated.
That's a fact.
Underrated right there. That boy a straight dog.
I like it.
Hey, Alontae Taylor be locking up too. Hey, as Devontae what Alontae Taylor did to him. As Devontae what Alontae did to him.
Let me bring this back to Player's Choice. Speaking of LaVisca Chenault, please go back and watch that By Any Means episode. My boy pulled up in the ghost, man. He dropped some knowledge here on y'all on Player's Choice. So shouts out to Visca Chenault, comeback player of the year, most improved player. I think he's going to win it. I'm kind of biased.
Whoa.
I mess with my dog, man.
Look.
The only reason I'm biased because he came on Player's Choice and dropped some knowledge on y'all boys, help y'all get to the league or whatever endeavors y'all trying to pursue or whatever the case may be. But it's very motivating to watch somebody in a Rolls Royce tell you on how to get a Rolls Royce. So, I mean, why not? By Any Means, episode 1. J-Rob, love your boy, Headache Gang. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, man. Carolina Panthers.
We all know comeback player of the year is going straight to DeMar Hamlin.
Not comeback. Probably like most improved or something like
that. Look.
He had a lot of drops in Jacksonville. That's my dog. But he had He has some
Bama.
ignorant drops.
Bama. Look, I know that's your dude,
Trey,
bro, and I'm
you
not
watched
saying-
him, didn't you? That boy had some ignorant drops.
Man, LaVisca Chenault, bro, like, hey, look.
God.
I'm glad he came on, dropped some knowledge. That's great. I'm just talking about his ability on the field, bro. You
Oh,
can't
he
miss
nasty.
me with that, bro. You can miss
His
me with
ability
that,
on the
bro.
field, he gave y'all 290 all purpose and 3 touchdowns, G baby. And you down
One
I'm
time.
still
I don't
gonna
care
say-
about a one-off, bro. I don't
You
care
saw,
about a
but you
Yeah,
saw, the
one-off.
athletic,
report,
that's
you
it.
saw the reports. They said they're gonna start using him like Debo.
Yeah,
That's what they
that's
said they're gonna try to
Thank
do.
you. Thank
It's
you.
It's not gonna work, man. Debo thick. Pause. It ain't gonna work, man.
LaVisca Chenault is like
What's up?
Yeah, what's
That's
up?
crazy.
Yeah, what's
Nah,
up with
nah,
OJ,
it's not.
bro?
I'm not even at that. That's true, but it's just the pause. I be thinking about that camera.
LaVisca Chenault is not a small human
No,
being.
he's not small, but he can't take the
Preach,
punishment
Trey.
that
Yes,
Debo
he can.
can.
I
You
promise.
I don't think so,
tripping?
man.
Dude, I
6'2",
didn't say-
220.
They didn't say
6'2",
exactly in the
220?
same sense.
That's
Nah.
not. You don't think he could take punishment? OJ?
I don't think he's
Pause.
but it's
That
not
was
but hold
please.
on, Bama. It's not just that, it's not just punishment. He's just not built for that, bro. Debo wants to smoke. He's not gonna, bro. Like not everybody could do it, bro.
You
Like,
don't think? You don't
you
think
ain't
he
watching
can
him in
want to
college.
smoke?
Nah.
You ain't watching him in college.
I don't
I
know.
can tell.
I think that boy
Well,
want
college
to
is
smoke out the
different,
stove.
Yeah, college. Come on, Trey. Like
You right, but I mean, no, that's your resume, Trent. FYI,
It is,
That's
but
your
I'm,
resume. on
I'm
what you
saying,
can-
but once you get to the league, that college shit over with. You can't like.
The college shit is over with, but the mentality.
but the
don't
mentality,
move.
I mean, of course,
like, you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
Of course.
Like,
Yo, G baby, we might as well move on to what's the name? The next one.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm sorry.
yeah, because Doug freaky
Hell
ass ain't
host.
here.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on with that. But well, so moving on to the next topic. I want y'all to know, and you know what, Bama, since you just got here, I'll start with you.
Sure, man.
Do you think we have a reason to worry about the Bills being that Stephon Diggs wasn't at practice and there seems to be a little problems going on? Do we need to worry about the Bills, or do you think it's just, a couple smoke, don't worry about it, they'll be fine by week one?
This be that little bullshit on the script, like when they had that little bullshit at the beginning. I'm sorry, when they had that little BS at the beginning. Now you be like, "Oh man, we need to worry about the Bills." And next thing you know, in February, they in the Super Bowl.
This man.
Will they be in the Super Bowl?
He
Josh Allen's the cover of Matt.
Arguably, it's safe to say that Stephon Diggs is a seasoned veteran, and let's be real. One thing about NFL players as of lately, them boys don't like practicing. So it's what is it right now? It's what, June? Oh hell no, I ain't trying to practice.
But they also canceled the practice.
Hey, keep it
tomorrow,
a bean,
too.
keep it a bean, keep it a bean. Who played? Oh, I wish
He was there today.
football on here.
He was
Yeah,
there
his
today.
agent.
I
Yeah,
was
his,
keeping it real with y'all
yesterday he
boys,
wasn't
I'm trying to
there.
go
Yesterday
to
he
bro.
wasn't
I'm
there.
trying to go to practice as late as I can, man. Like the latest
Yeah,
I
but
can
the
go
reason
without
is
getting
why
cut,
did he
bro.
miss it?
As an old head, bro, because he don't keep it real, bro.
He did it to
The
prove a
CBA,
point.
I'm
Yeah, he
finna,
did.
no, it ain't
He
to
did to
prove
prove
no
a point.
point. Them boys don't already like practicing. The reason why we
Nah.
can reference this in the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, instead of bargaining for guaranteed contracts, guess what them boys bargaining for? We don't have no wins in practice, and you can't drug test us in states that where it's legally to smoke reefer. All right, but now we finna feel bad when they can't get the contracts they want, man.
But listen, at the end of the day,
be.
practice is your job. That's part of your job. And Diggs is a
Yeah,
professional.
I agree.
So-
Uncle
so
Shay
to-
agree that
So
too.
to me,
But
it's
they-
not a practice thing. To me, it's
It was
I'm
a
point.
mandatory.
Josh Allen.
It wasn't an optional. It was a mandatory practice.
Yes,
Oh,
mandatory
and-
mini camp. It's
and-
not even practice. It's mini camp.
Sean McDermott came out, and the reporter asked him, "How do you feel?" And he said, "I'm very concerned that he's not here." And then after he realized how that looked in the public,
What
you didn't
want
see
to
that?
say?
Sure. Hold on. After
he walked it back.
after that looked back, he walked it back and said, "No, we had enough of each other at practice, so we thought it was better. It was an excused absence." Which means what? We had enough of each other doesn't mean we were hugging and singing "Kumbaya." It means we were going at it. We were butting heads. I didn't like what he was saying. He didn't like what I was saying, and so we mutually decided, which means I kicked him out of practice or he walked out of practice. So
Chad, how
there
much
is
Diggs getting
issues
paid?
there. Now,
I'm sorry.
does some of that have to do with he doesn't want to be at practice and doesn't want to go 100%? Maybe. Is some of it because, I don't know, maybe the Bills have been talking to DeAndre Hopkins and he doesn't want to give up some of those receptions? Maybe. But if you're asking today in June, is there concern?
seen the
There's
bottles,
concern. Now, does it mean that concern will still be there in July? Maybe not. But as of right now, on June, though, whatever today is, the 14th, There's concern in Buffalo. Absolutely.
It's minimal though. It's minimal.
Yeah. Like I said, in 2 weeks and it could all be over. But right now, yeah, you should be concerned.
I think, in my opinion, the only reason Stephon Diggs, and I'm purely speculating, I'm not a mind reader. I think the reason he did what he did was to prove a point. It was almost like at Josh Allen. I think deep down he blames Josh Allen for losing.
What point is he
to the
trying
Bengals.
to prove?
Was it the
Or
Bengals?
does he want more money?
Chiefs? I don't remember.
What's his contract like?
What is he? That's what I was about to ask. That's what I was asking y'all. Chat. What are you getting paid right now?
I know he has a huge cap hit, like 20-some mil. I know that's what his cap hit is right now. I don't know what his exact contract is, but I think he got like a 20 mil cap hit for the next 2 years. I think this season.
Yeah. I mean, 96 M's. Damn. So it can't be about him. It can't be about money. But I will say this. I will say this is about Josh Allen. Me and Dub called it. He's a fraud, especially down in the red zone short.
You know what?
Yes, sir.
If he can't pass the ball 70, 80 yards down the
Hold,
field,
you know what though? Hold on. You looked at the full number of the 4-year $96 million. This year, his base salary is $1.1 million. And it jumps up. Next year it goes to 18.5. So he could be asking. Now he got $4 million in the signing bonus, but he could be asking for some of that money that's backloaded to be. Hey, let's bring that forward because I could use some extra millions right now. So he gets $4 million signing bonus, 4.3 every single year, and this year's salary is 1.16 million. So that's pretty low, and then goes 18, 19, 14.
How old is he going into this year?
Diggs like 27.
He is 30. He is 30 going into this season.
Yo, what? Who's this?
Hey, we talk about those. We talk about those wide receivers at the age of 30, man.
Bro. You gotta think about your age and how, and obviously the NFL.
No.
That's why Cooper Kupp better, man.
30,
He's younger.
Hey.
Younger guy, higher upside.
30
Cooper
old,
Kupp, man.
If you in shape,
no, it's not old, but as a wide receiver, if you have an unguaranteed contract, which he does, and you got 1 million coming this year, and they can cut you at the end of the season before you get that big payday, you might be saying bring some more of that forward. So I can see that being.
That's on Diggs though for agreeing with that structure. Like,
yeah, that's poor.
I think he thought Josh Allen wasn't going to turn back into a duck after that playoff game. I think that's what.
Well, he also probably saw the 21 million in signing bonus, but they broke it up.
Baby, you make me sick. You know what?
Yeah, I'll say like get him, dog, please. He was
No,
last year. He was
my bad.
Josh Allen top 2.
I'm lagging
I've already said, Dub.
Not on us.
I apologize. Because I got fooled. I've admitted that I got
You know what, G baby? You know what gets me mad about you? You know what gets me mad about you? You make me sick.
Why?
Because you want to know something? The Bills, right? Mm-hmm. You were caping with the injuries. You was caping. Von Miller wasn't there. Tre'Davious Ward. Poirier, I think I heard too. Right? Yeah. So me thinking that you being a Bills advocate, right? I would expect you to be like, oh, yeah, you know what happened last season? We was hurt. The Bills were hurt. It wasn't that great. Right now, I expect them to bounce back because of that. No, what you're saying, the Bills are frauds. Josh Allen's a fraud. Get him up out of here. You were the one that said Josh Allen's top 2. You said Josh Allen's top 2.
Hey, and Doug,
now he can't.
How many times do I have to say? How many times do I have to say, Dub, you were right. I got
Stand
fooled.
on it.
I'm not going to stand on it if I'm admitting I got fooled. And then last year, Dub, I could have used the injuries. If Josh Allen didn't play trash against Skylar Thompson. If Josh Allen didn't play bad against Skylar Thompson and then sail against the Bengals, I would have used the injuries. I'd still be caping, but I can't ignore that Josh Allen almost let Skylar Thompson come back and win on him because he was giving him the game.
Nasty.
Hey, the more facts that come to light, the more my opinion changes.
I just like people to stand on their stuff, man. That's all. That's just me.
He's in
like how you said Miami. Like how you said you wanted Denver.
What?
I did want Denver.
Yeah,
our offense was terrible. Our offense was not what I expected it to be. It was terrible, G baby. God. Panthers winning the NFC South. Preach, Bama. Bama, that's what you said while I was gone? Are you kidding me?
I can see that, boy. Shouts out. I'm gonna drop it again. Shouts
out.
He
said it's coming down to the Falcons.
Too live.
That's what he said.
Too live.
Bama's biased. Bama, you're biased, bro. It's in your name.
Yo, Panthers can't win. Why we act like they can't win the division?
1,200. Vika. He probably gonna get the big boy 15 all purpose. That's a under. That's a little throw under. I'm going Vika 1500 all purpose. Probably 6.
What? Are you drunk?
Hey, Dub, hold on. Because Dub made the video.
Wow,
Dub made the videos. Get this right now. Laviska Shenault, minimum stats for 2023. My dog, shouts out, boy. I fuck with you. I mess with you. By any means, episode 1. Biased, but I've been rocking with him since Colorado. Go Buffs. Dion, rocking with you too. But anyway, minimum stats for Laviska Shenault. I'm predicting this.
900.
1500 all purpose. Minimum. We go big or go home.
Hold on, Bama. Did the Panthers trade for Patrick Mahomes in the offseason?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
whoa.
Right now.
Hey, hold on.
What is going on right now?
All purpose. That means
1500
receiving.
I can get him 1500 on Madden 20 photo.
That means receiving, rushing, and kick return.
Talk to him, Trey.
I mean, he do it all.
I still think you wow, Bama.
Yeah, he is.
But
He can get it.
He's never cracked 700 yards from scrimmage in the season.
So let me ask you guys a
barely
question.
hit second.
Bro,
double that with 15.
Bryce Young, offensive rookie of the year. He finna bug out at least 3,500 yards.
So Bryce Young is better than Trevor Lawrence?
Because I would say the receivers they got right now better than the receivers he had at Alabama, especially that last year.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't care.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, that means nothing.
What does that even mean?
That means nothing.
Bro, no.
Relative
I'm not finna
to
let y'all
college,
ride, bro.
you're
I'm not
wrong.
finna let y'all. I gotta go back, bro, because he had
The receivers he has now are better than the ones he had in college.
He had a
Oh,
worse
no.
line in college.
No,
I bet you the DBs they're facing are better than the ones.
one of them.
OJ, come on, OJ, don't do this.
But Bama, but here's
Okay,
the
you watch
you're
Bama,
comparing college to the NFL.
I know,
Trent,
bro,
even
but-
then, you'd have to look at the receivers he had at Bama, and most of those receivers, you could argue that at least a couple of them were top 10 receivers. You can't argue that with Panthers. You have to take it relative to the league, bro. So that's number one.
Why are we
And number
hyping up
two,
old Adam Thielen and
Bro, you
Terrence
know what's crazy?
Marshall, bro?
Hold on,
Let me use this
No, you're hyping up Laviscus and Chenault.
Yo, you
Yeah,
playing?
too, bro.
Hey, he maybe.
Hey, I'm
you playing
messing
on
with
what's
him.
his name?
By
John
any
Jones
means,
crazy,
episode
bro.
1, the nigga
Is he
pulled
not
up the
a-
player's
is he not
choice
a
in the
rookie?
ghost. He pulled up the player's choice in the ghost. Like, bro, Casper was whispering why he telling you how to get to the NFL.
Bro,
That's
I
wild, man.
I hate the Saints more than any team, not even in the NFL, period. I hate the Saints. And the way that you guys have disrespected the Saints on this thing is wild to me, bro. It's wild
the
to me,
Aints. It's the
It's wild
Aints.
to me, bro.
I'm not
I'm
gonna hold
not
you.
buying
It's
Derek
the
Carr.
Aints.
And I'm
And-
not
and-
trusting. I'm
and-
sorry, RJ.
Hey,
RJ.
Dub, and look at the field. You got Baker.
The only
you got a
reason the
rookie
Saints aren't
quarterback, and then you
finishing
got-
last is
Come
because
on,
Baker
man.
Mayfield's starting for Tampa, or
OJ, the
wherever
only
the hell
reason
he's
why
from.
I'm not seeing the Saints not doing nothing because you got a quarterback that just had the best receiver in the league, and a running back that ran for 1,700, and he played like garbage. Now, G-Baby, you can be mildly optimistic, but I'm not gonna trust that. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna trust.
And you're
the
gonna
quarterback.
trust the Bucks, Panthers, and Falcons, bro?
I'm not trusting the Bucks. Baker Mayfield.
Here's the
played.
thing,
I'm not
Trent.
trusting-
Why are you trusting Bryce Young? He ain't played a snap, bro.
I will trust Bryce Young right now. I don't care. I would rather see Bryce Young right now.
Wildin', bro.
He ain't played it. Look, I'm not
I
saying
would rather
Only
see
reason-
Bryce Young right
Bro,
now.
I am not
I'm
saying
not gonna lie,
Bryce
bro.
Young
If
eventually
the
won't
Saints
be
don't
better.
make the playoffs, it's gonna be criminal, bro.
Bro, I
They
literally
want to fire
said,
that whole.
so
They want to get
They're
rid of the
not.
whole team.
They're not making the playoffs.
I'm gonna repeat.
They're not making the
I'm gonna
playoffs.
repeat it. If the
OJ,
Saints
they're not
don't
making
win
the
the
playoffs.
division,
Camera.
I'm off to Duval. But bro, we're not gonna sit here and do this,
Y'all
bro.
thought I was
Bryce
crazy
Young, and
about
I'm gonna say
Tua.
this. I'm gonna say this again about Bryce Young, bro.
You
I'm
plug
not
them
saying
nose
he
hairs,
won't
Bama.
eventually. I'm not saying he won't eventually be better. I'm not saying Bryce Young won't
I'm holding
eventually
this
be
camera
better.
hard as hell right now. If
Bro.
y'all thought I was crazy about Tua,
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
oh my lord,
bro, I'm not saying Bryce Young won't eventually be better than Derek Carr. Nothing like that. He's on the. I like him. I like his potential. But bro, he ain't played a snap. So what happens with most rookie quarterbacks, unless your name is Patrick Mahomes? The first couple of weeks, you gonna start a little slow. You see new coverages you ain't seen, bro. He's gonna see coverages he ain't never seen before. He gotta get timing with his weapons. This is gonna be a whole new thing for him. They're gonna start off slow.
The difference is, G baby.
He's a rookie.
We don't know because we've never seen him, but we know Derek Carr is shit. We know that. We know that. We've seen the tape.
I'm not going to defend that season.
We know the only reason he even has a shot in the NFC South is because Baker Mayfield is starting for another team. That's the only reason.
Fluent, that sounds good. That sounds good, but there's no in hell you would predict that Carr's gonna have a worse season than Bryce. You won't.
Yes,
I'll predict it right now.
You said, wait, what you say?
Carr got better
Bryce have a better season than Carr.
Get your ball back, man. I saw
Carr got some dogs over there, bro. He got good.
He had dogs in Oakland.
He had
the best dogs in Oakland that season. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, listen, you got a good tight end.
Bucks fourth, Saints third.
He had Darren Waller.
You a Carolina Panther
They
fan?
had Hunter Renfrow.
Darren Waller stayed
Carolina Panther fan, bro.
Okay, so
you had a top. You're just trying to get at G baby.
Bro, we understand that season was bad.
I've
also seen Derek Carr with nobody.
Aaron Waller and Josh Jacobs couldn't get it
Okay, so G baby, can I ask you something? Do you think?
Okay, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you think Bryce Young's gonna be good this year?
I think he's gonna have a good second half of the season. I think he's gonna
come for 5 bands. I'm trying.
He's trolling.
I'm not gonna hold
I am not trolling. I am not trolling. I'm not trolling. Bryce, the truth,
bro.
That's one player just like Tua. I watched his whole career. And we're gonna stack up the whole career.
Hey.
Boy in high school went school to school. He didn't even play in California his senior year. He went state to state playing the best teams.
Alabama
50 on their ass.
Alabama
in high school. Go to Bama his first year. Natty.
I know this bias.
Y'all is lying, bro. That boy's finna go to the league. That boy's special, bro.
I mean, Baker Mayfield was nice in college.
That team so garbage at Bama, bro. That team last year would have been a 7-6 team without Bryce Young. On my life, they would have been 7-6 without Bryce Young. Them niggas was garbage out there. Right. They were so garbage and undercoached.
Wait.
Lord, Jesus Christ. The Panthers is finna bug out crazy. I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all thought I loved Tua.
Feed him.
Man, if y'all thought I loved Tua.
Okay. I'm not gonna hold you, but I just looked through.
Crazy.
So I just looked through the schedule. Not gonna hold you. There's like there's like 6 to 7 winnable games for the Panthers. And then there's like 11 winnable games for the Saints. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, the Panthers not winning that.
Bro, and then even then, I think Trent, to answer your question, I think Bryce is going to be good as like a totality. But I think the first couple of weeks, it's not gonna look pretty because, bro, he's not going. I don't think he's gonna come out the gate throwing 400 yards on some Cam Newton.
There's no way.
I think.
Hold on. There's no way, no chance, and no how the Saints win 11 games this season. No way.
Hey, Cruiser.
Let me ask you.
Oh no, they're not winning. I'm saying winnable. Like
winnable. I'll shake my head. There's no way.
Not like I said winnable as in like it's a chance.
Bro, the Saints. At the end of the day, you guys can say all this stuff. The Saints foundation right now, it's the best foundation when you think about the NFC South.
Yeah,
like the unit. How long?
And the defense.
No, they got Miles Sanders. No, the Panthers got Miles Sanders. They got.
Bro, I hate when you do that, G baby. I can't say this.
They got a good defense. They got a good defense in the Panthers, right? The Panthers defense is good. They got Miles Sanders. They got a better wide receiver crew than CJ Stroud ever had in Alabama. I mean, it is what it is, bro.
And G baby, you rolling your eyes, bro. You was just saying Miles Sanders was underrated a year ago. Now you rolling your eyes like he garbage or something.
I didn't say. When did I say he was underrated?
Okay. Let me
the NFC South, you will be surprised by the team that wins, just like you were last year when the Jags won the AFC South. Like that's what's going to happen.
I wasn't surprised about the Jags winning the AFC.
Another shameless
plug. You're a fake fan, bro.
I'm finna let y'all know Bryce Young is that dog off of Sandlot. What his name was?
I want you to get rid of all
Y'all
your
go
Saints
see.
paraphernalia, propaganda,
That
and
boy is
go
Cujo right
full
now.
Duval. Then I
That
respect
boy
the
gonna
hell
play
We
out
don't
of
win the
it.
division.
He'll play in
February.
February.
Absolutely.
Mark my words. Mark my words. Bryce Young will play in February before Tua do. I
G
love
baby,
Tua.
if you
I love
denounce,
to death.
G baby, if you
Bryce Young
denounce
gonna
the
play in
Saints right now and
February
go
before
full
you do.
Duval, I'll make them my second favorite team.
Who's your second
I'll
favorite
pay
team
you.
now?
I don't have one.
No, I'll pay you, G
He
baby.
got one.
I
It's right
got
behind him.
Bryce. I got Bryce right
G
now.
baby, I'll pay
Bryce
you to
today.
switch fans right now.
Nah, I'm gonna wait to see what
G
happens.
baby, I bet you right now Bryce Young hang 400 on y'all. I bet you right now. I bet you right now Bryce gonna hang 400 on y'all.
How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? How much you want to
400.
bet?
What
How much
you
you want
want
to bet?
What you want to bet? You young.
We can do a smooth little 50. Nothing crazy.
All right, bet.
Smooth little
Bet.
50.
Yeah,
Bet.
bet.
I'm
We
betting
got some
200
super
on
chat.
that, bro.
I got some super chats to read off. Give me 1 second. The Madden curse from
talking about
Alexander
Josh Allen.
Lafort.
Oh yeah, for Josh Allen.
Josh
Yeah.
Allen.
That's GG's.
That's real.
Sports.
That's real.
Oh my God! What is wrong with y'all? Why are y'all so bored? I promise y'all the offseason is not that boring. What is wrong with you?
Can I ask it? Can I ask it? Can I ask it? Then you can flip out, but I'm not have to do some editing skills where I need to make sure that this happened. That I caught that after I asked the question.
sorry,
So
bro.
thank you. It's okay. It's okay. But better running back, LaDainian Tomlinson or Marshall Falk.
What
There you
is
go.
wrong with you?
What the hell? What the hell, man? Are you so bored?
LT Spears.
Bro, why, bro? I promise y'all,
LT's
bro.
a generational running back.
He is. What is wrong with you?
He's better than Marshall Falk.
He's better than Marshall Falk.
I promise you, he's.
It's close,
I
though.
promise you,
He
bro.
better
This
than him.
offseason
Marshall
is
Falk
not
is
that
Better
boring.
than Marshall Falk.
I promise. Like, why are y'all
LT
so
different.
bored right now, bro?
I'll say with this. LaDainian Tomlinson is so much better than Marshall Falk. I'll call him LT.
Thank you,
That's
Fluid.
crazy for
Thank you,
Fluid.
Fluid, because
Crazy
Fluid don't know that, bro.
I'll call him LT.
Crazy for
I'm not putting him over Marshall
And
Falk.
I really like Marshall
Falk.
Wait, hold on, Flint.
Whoa, wait.
Let Bama say
What
this.
did
Let
Bama
Bama
just
say
say?
this.
He
Can't-
said
oh wait,
Marshall
I
Falk.
gotta take these names off. I forgot.
Oh, hold on, Bubba. I'll change.
You crazy?
Your ass here, boy.
But go ahead. Go say your
ass here,
Marshall
boy.
Falk piece, man.
Nah, man. But I just can't give him better over Supercharger, man. I'm sorry, bro. Supercharger.
Why?
Was a dog.
Tell me why. Please tell me why.
Bro. The simple reason, now you can put it back on, bro, but the simple reason fact of Marshall Falk was a top 5 running back of his time and easily could have been a top 5 receiver of his time. He was bugging out the backfield. Early 90s, 2000. Bro.
There's
Nah,
no
Bama,
way
you
this
just
is a conversation.
That's point because that was LT, bro. LT was literally top 2 or the best.
LT came first. I'm sorry. No one's better than the
LT's
first
peak
Hokage.
is also,
Sorry.
It's
clearly better too.
astronomical.
You can't
Here's
be better
the best-
than
here's the best
you
way I
can't
can
be
put it.
better
Here's
than the
the best
running
way I
back that
can
built the village. Sorry.
No. Here's the best way I can put it. Marshall Falk was one of the best running and receiving backs of his time. LaDainian Tomlinson. I want to call him Lawrence Taylor because of the LTs. LaDainian Tomlinson was one of the best runners and receiving backs ever.
Wait, that's a
Ever.
crazy
That's
statement.
the
They
difference.
played around.
Wait,
They played around the same time though.
no, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, because Marshall
That
Falk
was
Literally,
there
Marshall
was
Falk-
some-
yeah,
no,
it
no,
was
no,
literally
there was
around
a
the
little
same
bit
time.
of
That's a
overlap.
crazy statement because Marshall Falk was
Because
like
Marshall
that too.
Falk's peak was in the early 2000s. LaDainian
Yeah.
Tomlinson was like 2006,
No,
7, 8.
I'm saying,
So there was a
I'm
little bit
saying
of overlap.
Falk was great for his time. Lawrence, fuck, he did it again. I'm just gonna call him LT. LT was forever.
You don't think that was
No, the
Marshall
thing
Falk?
is, no, my thing is,
Not
no,
to
I
that
hear
level,
point, but
not to that
my
level.
thing is, no, I think is like they
Supercharged,
played,
man.
played in the
Receiving back.
2000s. I think Marshall Falk's best years was in the 2000s, and like 1999, 2000s.
Yeah, it was late.
Regardless of their best
Marshall-
years,
It was like that's not a
I
different
feel like-
time. This is the
Wait.
same time.
But Marshall was the
Marshall
greatest
Falk also
receiver
had
back ever.
Torrey
though.
Holt and Isaac
I
Jason.
give y'all
That
this.
helped a lot
I
too.
give y'all this. For
Crazy.
him to be able to answer the call of North Turner, innovative thinking, introducing that way of making a running back or receive out the backfield, I salute LT, man. But when that boy when that boy Marshall Faulk came over there to the Saints, having 2,000-yard receivers and being able to bug out the way he did, bro, man, I gotta go with Marshall, bro. And for them boys to be able to go on to the Super, come on, man.
Hey,
Like,
so
bro,
hey,
we're not
Bama.
even finna be
Hey,
nasty.
Bama,
Like,
let me ask you something.
we know
bro.
why they went to the Super Bowl, because Supercharger came over there.
Hey, Bama, let me ask you something. Jamal Lewis or LT?
Jamal
Jamal
Lewis.
Lewis and LT. Jamal Lewis, boy, what are you talking about?
Why? There's no way.
Jay
There is
Lou.
no way.
Jay Lou.
Jamal Lewis. Bama.
Jamal Lewis.
Over LT. Bro, hey,
G-Baby,
bro,
why you
stay down now, bro.
get worked up over that,
I
bro?
was with you on Marshall Faulk, Bama. What
That's
you
a
mean?
troll.
Jamal Lewis.
He said I was with you.
OJ, he's dead serious, bro.
He
Bro,
said I was
I
with
mean,
you on Marshall Faulk.
He might be
man.
serious, but I take that as a troll take with it because I literally won't even get upset because I can't give it any credence, bro.
Nah,
like,
bro.
Chat, y'all
You,
I
OJ,
will
you
say
want to know
this:
why I'm
Jamal
upset, bro?
Lewis was one of the best running backs in NFL streets. I'll give him that.
OJ, you want to know why I'm upset? Because the past 2 days, I just think people are bored. I think people are bored, and we're just coming up with the craziest stuff. The NBA Finals just ended, and we're waiting on football season.
It's game time.
So they're just
It's
trying
game
to
time.
Yeah.
throw
Crank
out
it up,
some-
boys. It's time. It's game time.
Can
Players'
you name
choice,
all the
y'all
running backs
crank it
that
up
ran
for
for
this
2K,
football right
please?
now. We're here.
Can y'all please
We're
name
here.
all the running
You're
backs
saying
that
every
ran
single
for
one of
2K,
them.
please?
So you're saying Derrick Henry over LaDainian Tomlinson too?
He an Alabama fan. You know he gonna say yeah. You know he gonna say yeah. And they not
Good
even
Lord. Chad,
no
who
way
would you
you
rather
saying Derrick
tackle?
Henry is better than
LaDainian
LT?
Tomlinson or Derrick
Bama.
Henry?
Bama, bro.
No, let me ask you this question. If your mama is in a van of the Taliban, boy, right now, and they said, hey, pick one of these dudes to tackle, Derrick Henry and LaDainian Tomlinson. Who
Derrick
you finna-
Henry.
Derrick.
You gonna pick Derrick Henry?
Yeah, but Bama, the problem with that argument is that I could use that argument and then throw in Eddie George and LeGarrette Blunt. We're not gonna sit here and say Eddie George and LeGarrette Blunt is better.
I can throw in Brandon
Come on,
Jacobs.
bro.
2
That's-
yards to the cloud of dust. That nigga bum as fuck.
Come on, man. Come on. Bama joking. He trolling on that
Bama,
last
yeah,
one.
not
Drop, boy.
Eddie George, you like
Bama,
Eddie George, man.
You a running back, bro, and you don't believe
Eddie
that.
George is nice,
You like
bro.
Eddie George, man. Y'all really like Eddie George.
What
Eddie
you
George
mean?
is
What
nice.
type of question is that?
That's crazy.
Eddie George actually reminds me of a running back by the Vikings. I don't know if you remember Robert Smith. They both were like high stepping type of runners, man.
Eddie
Bama
George
is
was
solid.
solid, man. I give you running backs that was bugging harder.
You think Chris Johnson better
the
than
bus?
LT? Move on.
Oh, what? I'm so
Wait,
biased.
are you
Proper
taking
City
the
Ju-
Bucks over LaDainian Tomlinson? Are you taking Jerome Bettis over LaDainian Tomlinson?
Why wouldn't you?
Bama, stop it, Bama. Bama's over, Bama, make him jump right now, bro. Bama, come on, bro.
Yeah, I didn't notice, bro. When Bama
I
zoomed
know
in,
you're not taking
Come on, man.
ballerina feet right now, bro.
once
Stop it,
Bama
Bama. Come on,
zoomed
bro.
in, bro, I'm
I
like,
know
all
you
right,
taking
man.
ballerina
This
feet.
man
Bama
got
slow right now.
Hey, the only thing you have them little tweaky toes. That's it. Come on, Bama. Now. Bama, now you going too far. Come on, Bama. Hey, Bama, bro.
Bro, you did some crazy stuff. That shit was
Bama
funny.
having the time.
What did he
of
say?
his
What did he
life.
say?
Bro, he said the Bucks over LaDainian Tomlinson. Bro. Jerome Bettis, bro.
Go.
To be completely honest with you, man, if you think about it, if you could construct a perfect running back, LT is pretty damn
He's the
near
perfect
like
running
a
back.
perfect
Nah,
running
he
back.
really
bro.
is a perfect one.
He's close.
No,
to
first
it,
off, the
bro.
perfect running back is Jim Brown. Rest in peace.
RP.
You are the perfect.
Jim
OJ,
Brown, Jim
perfect
Brown,
running
Jim Brown
back.
was a
OG.
fullback. Stop it.
OJ, since we're on this
That is
running back,
crazy.
since we're on
Alright.
this running back
Fast
talk,
That's
Bo
crazy,
Jackson,
but you talk about Jerome Bettis over LT?
All right, that's wild.
Make it make
since we're
sense.
since we're talking about running backs, right? Didn't you have a running back take that you had to get off?
Oh God.
Remind me. Oh, Trent. You talking about Trent?
Oh,
I'm talking about Steven Jackson.
Trent,
So-
I want to fight you for this so bad.
So I gotta say something real quick, Dub.
You got this take
You
care.
misunderstood me. I said that take to troll Trent.
Yeah, he changed to troll me.
A couple days ago, Trent basically said that Steven Jackson, he had Steven Jackson over Derrick Henry, and we were going ham on the chat about that. And then so today, randomly, I mentioned that just to troll him. I don't even know if he saw it or not. But yeah, so Trent is basically saying that Steven Jackson is better than Derrick Henry, and I basically blew a gasket. I'm like,
Yeah.
"You're wildin', bro."
Yeah, he said that on the show, and he is wilding because.
Oh,
I've
was it
heard
on the
him
show?
say that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he said that before. We
I mean,
I
would
talk
you like to-
about Marshawn Lynch. No, not Derrick Henry.
Trent, have you had thought to think about it, reflect, and take it back?
You think I'm gonna take that back?
I mean, it's logical to take it back. I'm giving you the opportunity.
He's better than him.
Okay, stop.
Steven Jackson is better than
Derrick
Henry.
No.
At longevity or peak?
No.
I don't
He had nothing.
I don't give a damn.
Well, Steven Jackson does.
I don't give a
Just
damn.
say at life, nigga. At this point, nigga.
I have a question for you guys.
What y'all talking about?
Hold on. I have a question for Trent and anyone else. Was Steven
My fault.
Jackson at any
Career,
point
I'm sorry.
like the bona fide consensus best running back in the
I
league?
hate that
Oh,
argument.
that is such a bad argument.
That's a bot.
I hate arguments.
That's such a bot. You know that's such a bot argument. OJ,
Why
that's
is that
such
a bad
bot
argument?
Hey, I'll give
Wait,
you
hold
an
on,
example.
G-Baby,
Why is that a bad argument?
I'll tell you. I'll tell why. Because if Derrick Henry
It's such
was
a
in
bot
the
argument.
league, if
Hold on,
Derrick
hold on,
Henry
go
was
ahead.
in the league, LT at that time
If
would have been
Derrick-
better than him.
If Derrick Henry was in the 2000s,
But
he would
here's the
never be
thing,
the best
though,
running back in the league.
You actually proved my point. Yeah, if he played with
Steven
LT,
Jackson
LT would have
running
been
that
better.
whole way.
But I would never sit here and say that Derrick Henry's better
And
than LT
receiving
because he's
it.
not.
No. The point in which you chose was when has Steven Jackson been the best running back in the league? The point is, even if Derrick Henry played in it's relative to the era, right? Even if Derrick Henry played in that time that Steven Jackson played, he wouldn't be the best player in the league either for running back because of LT.
Because it was Steven Jackson, Larry Johnson,
I mean, that's AP.
LT,
LT,
Sean
Gordon, you had dumb running
Deuce
backs.
McAllister.
Man, you lost that Deuce. Okay, I hear that.
You hear the point? You see the point?
Mike Pittman.
I see the point.
Because
but
you gotta-
the
because
reason I brought
this
it
is
up,
just for me.
the reason I brought it up is
The
just
reason
to
why
show
I
the
say-
dominance
reason why I say-
of to show the dominance of Derrick Henry. Like
Okay.
Derrick Henry, in my opinion,
That's a good
post
one.
Adrian Peterson, you can argue that Derrick Henry's been the guy to take up the mantle as like the best running back in the league. Now there's been a couple seasons, Jonathan Taylor here and other people, but
I
that
think
I
Nick should-
really bring that up to
Look.
highlight the dominance.
And you could say that, like the dominance of Derrick Henry over Steven Jackson, but when you're saying a point, that running back pool in the 2000s was OD.
Yeah,
so it's like-
you're right.
I'm not gonna lie, boy.
I
That boy
receive that.
Steven Jackson made a lot.
And he can receive at the backfield 6'2", 240.
Bro, come on, bro. Let's not act like Steven Jackson was out here like freaking Westbrook.
He almost
on
had
the
1,000
LT.
yards at his
Oh,
size,
come on, bro.
having receiving at that size.
And
Like,
at that time,
he was
and
making
at that
boys
time,
With
in that
a
era,
1,000-yard receiver with Torrey Holt and Isaac
OJ.
Reese and towing that hole.
OJ, I argue and tell everybody I think the 2000, mid 2000 was the peak of sports, basketball and football.
Mm.
In the mid 2000s, he was making boys turn that thunder down. In the mid 2000s, now. No
That's actually a
targeting.
big take.
You can bring that thunder all you
Bro,
want. He was
you
making
gotta
boys
understand,
turn that
Steven
thunder
Jackson.
down.
Steven
Jackson,
Jackson had 1,528 yards with 13.
Maurice Jones-Drew,
And then,
another way.
and then out the backfield, he had 90 catches for 806 yards, bro.
If you're gonna use
That's
stats,
OD.
hold on, G baby.
Okay.
If you're gonna
You don't
use
gotta use
stats to justify why Steven Jackson was better, that's not gonna work, bro.
It's
The
not-
numbers
No, I'm
say-
not using
No,
stats
he's
to
showing
justify.
the versatility
I'm
of the
literally showing because Trent brought up how he
I'm
was.
okay if
how
you
he
guys
was-
are saying he's more versatile.
No, but OJ, I brought that up because you were saying like I don't know why we're
Yeah, I've
acting
been
like
saying
OJ
those
was
stats,
coming
bro.
out the back. Well, I don't know why you're acting like Steven Jackson was coming out the backfield doing something crazy. I'm like, for that time, he was
800
Oh,
yards.
806 with Isaac Bruce and Torrey
He
Holt.
only, he only did that one time. He literally
But he
only
was
did
still-
that one time.
Wait, can I
He
just
wasn't
not
doing
gonna
it
do
like
that a
that,
lot.
G baby, like every
He did it
season,
for
bro.
one
Like, come on
season,
now,
bro.
bro.
can I just interject?
I mean, how often, unless your name is Oscar Eckler, how often do you just have 900-yard receiving seasons out the backfield as a running back? Like, that doesn't happen often even now. And it's easier to do it now, I would argue, than back
Not in the
then.
early 2000s.
Yeah, but you act like he was doing it season in and season out. That's not the case.
Even if you're
bro.
looking at his running, their
LC
running
did
is
it.
comparable. Like it or not, their running is
I
comparable.
mean,
Well,
so
that was
to me,
making niggas turn that thunder down.
as far as the whole receiving thing, man, this is where
I'm
to me,
tripping on Steve Jackson. Man.
this is where to me it's a matter of preference. Because to me, I still like Derrick Henry over like McCaffrey healthy, Kamara healthy. I really do,
Ray
bro.
Rice.
Like that's a preference thing, like with the receiving thing. Like to me, what I want for my running back, I understand the value of being able to catch it, you know, in third downs and the threat you pose to the defense. But hey, bro, run between that A gap and be very good at that. And that's what Derrick Henry does, and that's what he did better than Steven Jackson.
Do you
Okay,
think?
let
Do you
me-
think he's
let
a
me-
way better runner?
And he was more efficient than Steven Jackson as well.
Who?
Derrick Henry was more efficient than Steven Jackson.
No. I'm rocking with you with the D Henry. Now,
I don't even know if that's.
I ain't even felt
No,
right
that's
now.
wait.
If you thought Steven Jackson was running the ball, good lord.
Yeah, wait. Let me interject.
Christmas.
All right, let me interject with this. Because Trent, I get where you're coming from, but this goes back to the earlier conversation we were having about Sauce. The way I view football, specifically in the NFL, the more you can do, the more valuable you are. However, there are always exceptions to the rule. Derrick Henry is the fucking exception.
Man.
Because he is an anomaly at running back. That man should not be able to do any of the things that he does. He has, like, the one thing that he lacks is the one thing that they tell you that running backs in the NFL, in order for them to be successful, is the one thing they're supposed to have, which is lateral quickness. He literally doesn't have it. He literally doesn't have it. When Mike Mularkey was their head coach and he had them out here doing the exotic smash mouth and he had him doing all the counter and all that shit, it was absolutely he was awful. Mike Vrabel took over that team and said, wait, so you can only run in straight lines? Okay, cool. We're going to run inside zone, we're going to run outside zone, and we're going to run crack toss.
Drake, I ask you something, bro.
And he got 2K off of 3 plays.
Drake, I ask you something, bro.
And they couldn't stop it. Everybody knew what was
coming. It is OD. It's definitely OD.
Derrick Henry is the epitome of you asking the question, oh, it can't get no worse than Steven Jackson. Oh, it can't get no worse than,
do you think,
you know what I'm saying? And then he walks out.
Do you think Derrick Henry is clearly a better running back than Steven Jackson?
What?
Do you think Derrick Henry is clearly a better runner than Steven Jackson?
If you're asking me
ask this question,
who I think is the better football player,
that ain't the question. That ain't the question I asked, fam. Do you think Derrick Henry is clearly a better runner than Steven Jackson?
Ask yourself this question,
yes,
Trent.
Give me the motherfucker who ran.
Who would you rather tackle, Steven? I hate when y'all do the 2K argument, bro.
We can just do
argument for 2K, bro.
I'll answer the question. Yes.
So Doug, because Jamal Lewis ran for 2K and LT did it, you taking Jamal Lewis over LT?
Oh, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
But Derrick Henry also had a year where he was about to repeat it, but then he got hurt.
So you think Derrick Henry's over LT then?
No, because he hasn't done it long enough.
Derrick Henry can run it up the gut and he could bounce it outside. He
cannot bounce.
He can't bounce.
He cannot bounce it outside.
Derrick Henry has a Derrick Henry has a lot of long yardage plays when the hole is stuffed and he bounces it outside, bro. And he takes off.
When you talking about Reggie Bush,
because he running 4-4.
He not. You talking about Reggie Bush? That ain't Derrick Henry. He can't.
That's hey, don't say that name. That's my go to the NFL.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. G baby, this goes to my point. This goes to my point.
You heard me.
This goes to my point about Ryan Tannehill, right?
Greatest running back.
When I see a running back,
he was perfect.
Literally carry, bro, a whole entire offense on his back. The way that he's done off of just like 3 or 4 plays, bro. I'm sorry, bro. That is insane. The way I would see him the offense would just literally be him. That's it. But no one else.
When Derrick Henry wasn't there, Ryan Tannehill hit.
You guys missed
out. Boy, when I saw somebody in a league where you get paid to tackle people, see Derrick Henry and take a weak ass angle to tackle that dude. But that boy.
I mean, I done seen Tay Crowder knock his socks off. That's all.
True.
No, I was just gonna say y'all probably missed out. There was one of the Madden games back in my generation, where you would run the ball up the middle and he would say, "You see it, and you still can't stop it." That's Derrick Henry. It's like the same 3-4 plays. You know it's coming. Nothing you can do about it.
Hey, but Dub, I don't like when you talk about Ryan Tannehill. All me and G-Baby were saying, he's not like the worst quarterback in the league.
That's all I was doing.
I said he was one of the worst.
Some games.
You said he was worse than Sam Darnold.
You said he was worse than Sam Darnold.
Like he was dragging it, bro. You was dragging
worse than Sam Darnold. Y'all disrespect Sammy D.
What do you mean?
I don't understand Sammy D slander, bro. Because y'all
this year, and they're going to be good.
How y'all watch football? Sammy D really not a bad quarterback, bro. He went to the fucking Jets.
Sam Darnold is
And then he went to the Panthers. And
That
did
man
the
got
same thing.
PTSD. That man got PTSD from the Jets. I swear he did.
Listen. Y'all gonna change your tune. You're all gonna change your tune when Sam Darnold is balling out for the 40 as a starting quarterback for the 49ers.
Anybody can be good for the 49ers.
Deserve it.
Any quarterback can be a good quarterback.
No, man, ain't no any quarterback. He deserved it. He deserved to go and play for
A lot of
he deserved to
quarterbacks
play for the
and
49ers.
Trent. I'm glad you said that because a lot of quarterbacks could do well with Derrick Henry and AJ Brown, bro.
And a lot of quarterbacks can be bad for the Jets.
Yes.
Yeah, but you won't put 500 on it though. So
Hey, Fluent. Hey,
Yes,
Fluent.
I will.
I'll tell you this though.
100.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Fluent,
I'm not afraid. I said it already. You're saying no.
Hey, Fluent. I'll tell you this though. If Sam Darnold does start, that's perfectly fine with me. So I can push this Trey Lance ain't like that. Ain't been like that agenda.
Listen,
for
just
forever.
remember every year there's someone. Every year there was someone. Last year y'all fell in love with what that dude that doesn't know how to write letters in Seattle. Y'all fell in love with someone. This year that's gonna be this year's whoever that guy. What's his name? I forget his name.
You saying Sam Darnold finna right back? He ain't finna right back?
What's the name? What's his name?
Geno.
Geno. Sam Darnold is this year's Geno. Sam Darnold is this year's Geno.
Come back.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
I'll put it like this, bro. The fact that you in a quarterback competition with Sam Darnold,
he's not running back. Yes, that's what's happening.
Yo, you're
Hey,
so
Fluent.
kill
This
me,
off
bro.
topic, Fluent. Do we got a PC fantasy league?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're gonna do
one
it.
that was 7 QBs. Sheesh.
Sign me up, bro.
You
What
won,
it came down to.
I won the league
Yeah,
with 7
Off of
QBs.
COVID. Off of that
Yeah, traded with
it was
him.
the DeMar Hamlin game.
The DeMar Hamlin thing.
That's
So, like,
crazy.
He won. It was me and him in the championship. He really won.
7 QBs. How you get 7
Y'all made
QBs?
the
Auto
championship.
Because he
I
auto drafted. Because he
Auto
auto
Yeah, I was in
drafted.
fall camp
And they didn't listen to Fluent. I will give Fluent this. Fluent told
They
everybody,
didn't listen to Fluent.
Don't trade him.
told him.
Don't trade
told
him.
him.
He just gonna lose. And everybody
would've
started
lost.
panicking because he had Mahomes, Lamar, Russ, all the
He was
good
gonna
QBs,
drop those
Josh
players,
Allen. He was
bro.
gonna have to
You would
drop
have had
him
to drop
build
them,
a
and you could have had
team.
your pick for nothing. Yep.
That was terrible management from everyone.
So that was a strategy, bro. You
It's
just
really-
hoarded all the
but
quarterbacks.
LJ,
No.
I was in
He
fall
auto
camp.
he
Like,
auto
I
drafted,
was
and for
thinking
whatever
about my
reason,
own.
the first 7 pick were quarterbacks,
It was literally
and we were
It was always
laughing.
an
It was
accident.
funny. Like it went
Bro, he
viral. on
auto
TikTok.
Because
drafted.
it went
He
off.
still
It went
ended
off
up in the
most points.
championship?
It went off most points to make for fantasy. So he got
My
Lamar.
team was
most
fantastic until they all
projected
started
points.
getting hurt.
He got Lamar. He got Mahomes,
I
Josh
traded
Allen,
for a
Russ
super
Wilson.
team, and then they
Pretty
got
much
hurt.
all the dual threat quarterbacks because they was projected to have the most
What
points.
app
for
y'all
fantasy.
on?
Sleeper.
We're gonna do it again though.
I never
Y'all
heard
be
of it,
ready?
bro. If it ain't
Hashtag
ESPN, it ain't
Nick
legit.
Dawson with a super chat. Hashtag keep pounding. Hashtag Panthers.
I don't know when.
Pause.
Nick, hold on. Is
Pause.
Nick a
Bro,
Panthers
that's
fan?
wild to me. I don't know when he became one because he's a
not,
Dolphins
he's not.
fan. So I don't know when he
Huncho,
on.
Huncho, Trey, would you rather have start a QB? Who would you rather have start a QB? What the fuck kind of question?
Hey,
is
no,
that?
Trey,
Trey,
who would you rather
who
have
would you rather start?
at
Who-
QB? That's what he meant to say.
not
Trey,
a letter.
who would you rather start? Who would you rather start?
Aaron
Drew
Rodgers.
Brees or Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Everybody would say Aaron Rodgers except Fluent because he hates Rodgers.
And G baby too, because you know he
Drew
still got
Brees,
the
baby.
same part in him.
Drew
He still
Brees,
got the
baby.
same part in him. You might as well say Trevor Lawrence better than Aaron Rodgers.
Jets
He
winning the
is.
division, just so you guys are aware. But we could talk about that another
Wait,
time.
you said who's winning the division?
Fifth
Oh,
coach.
Jets, easily, yeah.
Okage.
How are they going to win the division and not make the playoffs? It's impossible.
Yeah,
Flowing.
I was about to say, you better hope so. Better hope so.
they won a good 12 games.
Facts.
Zay Lions.
Was Eric Dickerson at his peak? A
No,
better
hell no.
quarterback than
Hell
Walter
no.
Payton?
Hell no, it's
Hell no.
crazy. Hell no, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
hell no, it's crazy.
Hell no.
Hell
it's
no,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Nah.
That's more of a conversation. though.
See, I forgot. You guys love the 2,000-yard season. So okay, yeah, in love with
I don't
that.
even have to talk about the.
Nobody loves the 2,000 yards.
No,
What?
that's y'all who brought
Who's
it
talking
up.
about the 2,000 yards?
Bro, there's levels to this, bro.
There's no way you think Walter Payton is way better than Eric Dickerson. No way you think.
No, they're not in the
Wait.
same tier. When I
Wait.
hear, honestly, bro, when I hear Walter Payton, no, when I hear Walter Payton, don't
Walter
mention
Payton has
anyone else.
600 yards
other than-
receiving in
Don't name
1983.
me anyone else other than Barry Sanders or like Jim Brown or something. Other than that, there's a gap, and then there's whatever tiers
There's no,
underneath.
again, there is no way you think Walter Payton is way better than Eric Dickerson.
Running backs. What are we doing?
All right. You said
Walter
what,
Payton's
Trey?
the greatest running back of all time. If he's better
It's
than
fine.
everybody.
Hey,
I ain't gonna say
Eric Dickerson.
I ain't gonna say it's the greatest of all time. Y'all shut up right now. Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders. Them the top three right there.
And then there's
if you want to mix them up, then it's a gap. I agree, OJ. Then it's a gap.
There's a gap.
Eric
Whatever
Dickerson, AP, Eric
Come on,
Dickerson,
bro.
AP, Marshall Falk, all of those dudes.
I think Barry number one, bro. I think
Facts.
Barry is number
Me
one.
too.
I'm not finna
Barry
argue.
Somebody said Eric Dickerson was
Like I
top
said,
2. I wouldn't.
you're not finna tell me like somebody.
Well, yeah, if you're casual, you wouldn't debate it, but there's levels to this, bro.
OJ, you don't do that, bro.
There's no way we really sit here.
Chad, they just some freaks. They just like a man that can wiggle his hips a little bit.
Yeah.
Man.
That's just Zion.
We talking about with the
There's
end
levels to
result,
this,
boy.
man.
That boy never got hurt. That boy never got hurt, man. Always got 100 yards every game. What is y'all talking about? Only played 12 games and got 1,800 yards. Did that jump twice, came back with another 15, bro. If that boy would have played 16 games like them other bozos, how many 2,000 yards? Man, we not even finna go over this, man. And this in the fitness, no medicine, no nothing, bro. Had the same 10 yard split as Bo Jackson.
Because he's running up. He was running against Plumbers and Janet.
One of three. Okay. So this is why I end this right here. One of 3 athletes to ever compete in a decathlon.
Please move on.
All of my track stars know that. Because we not. If we talking about athleticism, that is peak athleticism for us running track. They are some of the top athletes in all sports.
That's
so
crazy.
Bo Jackson being one of 3 NFL players to ever compete in the decathlon: Jim Thorpe, Bo Jackson, Jim Brown. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna name the names for you so y'all know I know my football ish. Okay, I'm gonna say it again: Jim Thorpe, Jim Brown, Bo Jackson. 3 NFL athletes to ever complete in the decathlon, bro. He was one of them. So we're not gonna disrespect. Oh, it was that time frame, bro. Because all of these dudes can do the same thing. They so marvelous of athletes. Go out there and compete.
Wait,
in the
hold on,
decathlon.
Bama. Are you putting Bo Jackson in the same tier as Walter Payton?
No.
You don't. Do you?
What?
Bama,
No!
What?
No!
What?
No!
What you about to say?
Don't do it. Don't
So
do it.
look, Pete.
No
Pete,
way, bro.
Pete,
No way,
Pete,
bro.
Because I did.
Bo Jackson not top 50.
Bo Jackson is honestly one of the
He ain't
most
top
overrated
50 in
NFL
peak.
players.
No. He's not overrated. What he
It's
is.
gotta be a
He's a
commercial.
myth.
Bo knows.
He is
Bo
a
knows.
walking
Very
myth.
overrated.
He is a
He's
real
overrated
version.
in the sense. He is overrated in this
He's a version
sense.
of he's a version of Wilt Chamberlain you can touch.
Because
They're
of
both
the-
myths.
He's overrated in this sense. Everyone, yes, because of his career being so short, people think like if he had played longer, he would have done, and they rate him based on that, which is what he actually
Yes,
did. He reminds me,
100%.
he's the modern day, not to say he's that modern, but he's the modern day version of like Gale Sayers. Gale Sayers, if you look at what he did in that short period of time, phenomenal. And had he stayed healthy, and if you rate him based on if he stayed healthy, but he didn't. So you got to judge him on that
You can
short
say
period
that
of
for a
time.
lot of people, man. One of my
There's
favorite
not a
running backs,
good-
Arian Foster, bro.
Look,
Just
this
couldn't
is
stay
why I
healthy.
say the offseason must be boring because there's no way we really trying to cave for Bo Jackson being in the same tier as
Man,
Walter.
shut up, G baby. I don't want to hear this offseason
All I'm
is boring. Let him
saying-
talk. Let him do it.
Earl Campbell.
Let him do it.
Blood,
We
you can
need
only
it.
use that dude.
When did the
once
game start?
a
How many more
half
days?
in a-
We just hit it. My bad, G baby.
That's
Earl Campbell was
what
another
I'm
one.
saying, Fluid, because this is crazy.
100
That man ran
something.
4-1 at 240. Good lord.
Yeah, Bo Jackson is one of the greatest athletes, period. Just in terms of pure athletic ability.
As a football player, though, he's not.
Completely different conversation as far as him as a running back.
Cool. Daily reminder.
Did you have him top 5 all time, though?
Who?
OJ.
Have who top 5?
You had Bo Jackson top 5. That's when I said. That's when he
Absolutely
came
not.
out with that patent.
No,
That's
if
when
I
he
made
came
a
back.
list-
We gonna look this up.
If
You
I made
remember?
a list
Is he better than
with
Ricky
Bo
Williams?
Hold on, a
Y'all
second.
remember that?
If I
That
made a
was a
list with
patent
Bo
moment in
Jackson,
our
it was
career.
athlete in terms of athleticism.
We said your top.
Yo,
we said
G-Baby.
this your top 5 running backs.
No, definitely not, bro.
Oh my gosh, gotta be
Because
quicker,
I could
man.
give you my top 5. He's never been
Whew.
touched my
I know
top
it changes today. I
Them
wish we could
84
find
days
it.
gonna feel a lot longer.
Hey,
than it
I
should
wish
be.
we could do
84
some-
days,
I
1
wish we
hour,
could do some
27 minutes, and
research.
Yeah, man.
25
Bo
seconds of
Jackson,
counting.
people that know my takes, bro, I've always said years, bro. He's overrated.
Got you.
84 days is a long time. Damn.
We're going to transition here. Wow.
Transition.
G baby, when I left, did you touch any of these topics or no? Just a Stephon Diggs
Well,
one?
we started on the Bills, and then that went into what it was. And the best landing spots is the last one.
Best landing spots for Dalvin Cook.
The Saints.
Everyone keeps saying the
Saints.
Dolphins.
They have Alvin Kamara.
He might go to jail though, bro. I saw the video.
Okay.
He might get locked up. He might get locked up. I saw the video. It might not. If he's a great lawyer.
I like Dalvin at the Saints.
The best spot is Miami, though. It's the best spot.
Yeah.
So they cannot run the ball.
Is that the best spot or is that the default spot?
Eagles.
I think the best spot is the
best spot.
Because how come no one's talking about Buffalo? I mean, it would be weird for him.
Oh, yeah, that's another good spot.
But
Buffalo ain't gonna run it.
Buffalo.
They gonna jump in the 5 wide.
Let him play with his brother. That might be nice.
it would be weird though, man, because like they play the same position. I don't know, but
show them the ropes.
Objectively, I think Buffalo. That's one of the things they've been lacking, bro. Is consistent running game.
Well,
how are they going to get that?
But it's not because of personnel. It's because they choose not to run the ball.
No, they gotta get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands until
they can't run like that. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a bit of both.
Nah, G-Baby, they have not.
I think it's more so they choose not to run.
Devin Singletary's not.
No, not Devin. Not Devin. James Cook could have been nice for them. They chose not to give him carries.
James Cook is.
They could have.
James Cook is Cook.
G-Baby, trust me, man. Sean McDermott is not out here having Josh Allen run a bunch of times just for this because he wants to, bro. He would prefer if they had a solid option at running back. And Singletary's
I'm not gonna
the
hold
other
you,
guy
bro.
is not the answer. Like I think Dalvin Cook
James
takes
Cook
so much pressure off of
James Cook can't lick on the field, bro.
I think Josh need to be around about 25. They need to be around about 25 passes a game and be running that thing about 26.
And how about the Chiefs? How about the Chiefs?
I mean,
they got Isaiah Pacheco.
This is my question.
Running back.
This is the real question. What does throwing the ball 25 times got to do with him not being able to hit short passes in crucial times? That has nothing because it could be past 21. But if it's in the fourth quarter, you need to throw this 5-yard route on past 21. It don't matter.
I get what you're saying. That's a good point. But what I'm saying,
AR-15 can't do it.
What I'm saying is, he's throwing 45 times a game, bro. He gonna make mistakes, bro. He's throwing too much. Eventually, he's gonna throw a pick, bro. He's too already turnover prone, bro. He can't be throwing 45.
I ain't gonna lie. I think he's throwing enough, especially with that inefficient arm. You're gonna throw as much as you can. Keep him warm. You don't want to get him cold, run the ball too much, and then them short passes be
they got Brees
No, he's coming off ACL.
If the Saints get down,
I don't think they're gonna pay for because how much?
Rodgers likes having multiple running backs because
Dalvin Cook ain't signing.
They have a lot of running backs.
Rodgers can't throw. Is that what you
Michael
said?
Carter and
he likes to throw off play action.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he likes running back.
I don't think.
You talking about Dalvin Cook to the Jets?
Yeah.
No, they have Brees Hall. They have Brees Hall.
No, I know they have Brees Hall, but Brees Hall's coming off of ACL. It's only his second season.
They have Michael Carter too. That's a dual running back threat right there.
Michael Carter catching back to me.
Obviously, Dalvin Cook is an upgrade, Fluent, but you got to understand too. One, do the Jets even have money to pay him? Two, I don't think Dalvin Cook is asking for no minimum either.
Bro, Dalvin Cook is not getting the money he's asking for, bro.
I don't think he's getting the money he wants.
But he's not getting no minimum. He's not getting no minimum.
Hey, if Dalvin Cook,
and I don't know how much money the Jets got.
The only reason I said listen, I think the logical ones are Buffalo actually makes a lot of sense, but Miami I think is the one we've heard the most. But the reason I threw out the Jets was you got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is what, like 106 years old. So you got to win now. So are you going to go in with a second-year back coming off an injury and a backup that's nice, but isn't stay, or would you like to be hey, especially when you know this is a quarterback who excels in play action. Hey, let's get a guy he's a game breaker. He is a top 10, top 5 running back in the league when healthy. Why wouldn't you try to, if you have the money, shore up that position when right now that's the question mark right now?
I mean, maybe it's because like what we seen from Brees before he got hurt. Bro, his talent is.
I love Brees.
He's up to he can be a potential top 7.
The only reason you and Bama were in the finals is because I lost Hall in the fantasy. Trust me, I love him, but
that's why I lost the championship because Brees Hall.
When you have a 106-year-old quarterback, you have to win now. Are you taking a chance on
the NFL does not care about
the Bills are in need of a run. I think the Bills.
There's a lot.
I agree with the Bills in Miami. aside from them. But then again, you're right. They're not making the playoffs anyway, so who cares?
Miami's just, I mean, I like the take, but it's just such a default, like, you know.
Okay, this is
And
why.
then watch Mike McDaniels not want to use them, but continue.
This is why I say Miami specifically. It's not just because he's a South Florida guy. It's the fit and the personnel around him. Also, you have to factor in part of the reason why he's no longer in Minnesota is because he has an injury history. He's an older back who still wants to be paid. If he goes to Miami, he's not going to be, oh, okay, you're going to be the bell cow. No, you still got Mostert. I want to say you still have Mostert, and you got Jeff Wilson there.
And Devin
they want to be speed oriented. That is their entire offense. Speed kills. He is the perfect fit for that outside zone run that they want to run, that stretch, that wide zone. That way you can move everything one way and you can sit there and run play action all day off of it. And you're doing that with three guys who function well in that offense, in that backfield. That's like, it's actually the
and that's why that's the first team that came to everyone's mind, right? It's because it makes
as
the
far
most
as fit though, man. He's such a good back. I think he could fit anywhere. Optimally, Miami, I guess, but I
don't think he could fit in. I don't think he could fit anywhere. I think he's a zone runner. I don't think you could put him in a gap scheme and he's going to be that kind of guy.
I think you can put Dalvin Cook in any NFL team and he'll thrive. Full stop.
I do not believe he will.
Full stop, bro.
For
Trey, where won't he thrive, Trey? Where won't he thrive, Trey? Give me an example of a team he won't thrive in.
Running back, bro. There's nowhere he's not gonna thrive, bro. Like y'all making this game a lot more complex than it is. Gap this, inside zone this. The game is not that complicated, bro. It's really not.
The game is not that complicated.
It's not, bro.
Name me a team Dalvin Cook can go to and not thrive.
Yes, go ahead.
I can't come up
exactly.
with relax. The reason why I'm saying that is because I can't off the top of my head think of a team that goes.
So if you can't, you don't make that take then.
There are teams who are more gap scheme oriented who are not going.
Okay, so then let me ask this follow up. You don't think if teams got Dalvin Cook, they would adjust their scheme to fit Dalvin Cook? Because it's Dalvin Cook.
Unless you got the top 10 running backs.
I said, what do you mean?
Because when I used that for Derrick Henry, he went to the Eagles. You said, nah, that wouldn't work.
What y'all thinking?
No. I never. No. I'm gonna correct what you said. I'm gonna correct because what I said was I think they would adjust their scheme to Dalvin to Derrick Henry. I said that's not best for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is not going to be an under center multiple. He's a shotgun zone read guy. Like,
guys, remember,
that's what Jalen Hurts is. I didn't say nothing about that.
We're not going to go for the Jalen Hurts disrespect. That boy shut me up.
I'm not disrespecting him, Bama. That's not what I was doing.
He'll figure it out. That's one dude I believe he'll figure it out, man.
What you say, sir?
Hold down. The reason why I don't believe that it's like, oh, okay, you can just plug and play him anywhere. Like, you do realize that, like, zone running schemes and gap running schemes are different. The offensive linemen that they draft to operate these schemes are different.
Yeah, that's why you have training camp.
You can no. That's not really
matter.
It's not just about training camp and saying, oh, cool. Now instead of us basing all of our offense off inside zone or outside zone, now we're going off of power and counter.
But the only running backs that affect is those like wiggly running backs, like running backs and one cut running backs like Dalvin Cook. It don't affect him because it just means your reads is changing. Instead of the double team right here, you reading this flow like everybody just blocking this one way.
We're not talking Cam Newton going to the Patriots, bro. We're not talking Cam Newton leaving Carolina going to the Patriots.
There's only so much you can do running the ball.
There's only so much you can do, but
for is blocking wise, I'm talking about schematic wise, blocking the ball on the run play. It's only so much you can do. It's either everybody going 88 or you should go get a double team block right here.
Okay,
like that's pretty much what all you reading. Like, is everybody blocking down? And if they pick this up in the flow and he work and the center work his way up to the mic, I'm gonna go off of that and follow off his ass. If not, I'm reading this double team right there. So it's one of the two. And Dalvin Cook is a one-cut running back. So either one of them options, pretty much he'll flourish in because he not looking to make a plethora of moves. He looking to hit his foot in the ground, get north and south, and get his money.
One scheme allows him to follow his natural talents, press holes, and find daylight. The other one is literally, in certain cases, going to ask a 30-year-old running back with an injury history.
He's
And
27. 27.
He's 27.
Come on, man. 27.
He ain't 30.
30.
27.
At this point, he's a running back. The motherfucker's aging dog years. I'm
Especially
sorry.
with him always getting hurt.
He do
I
age
mean,
doggy.
at the end of the day, man, if he's top 7, man, they could make the necessary adjustments as a team.
If
And
you wanna
Dalvin
make
Cook
the
as a player.
necessary-
Does he? Hold on. Can we pause there for a second? Because I've said it too, and then I looked. When we say he always gets hurt,
Nah,
does he always get hurt? Because he played all 17 games last season.
last year,
And then
but
the rest-
he also
other than year
Look,
one,
It's
to
a
answer
label.
that,
It's a label.
every year he usually misses like his
Two-
yeah,
two
two,
or
three games.
three. And
Yeah.
then last year he wasn't finishing second half because like I think he had a shoulder one game. He didn't finish the second half. His knee, he didn't finish the
It
second
seems like
half.
it's more little nagging short-term thing. Other than the first year he played 4, then 11, but after that it's 13, 14, 13, 14, 17. I
But
get
to
it.
Trey's
He
point, though,
doesn't
he
finish
does play
games.
through nagging injuries.
He
though.
plays through a lot of injuries. He's tough as hell.
But he got that label, man. He got that label tag.
Not
on him,
that-
injury
it's not like
prone
he
and
only
injury
plays
it's
prone.
not
8 games a
about-
season.
It's not about Dalvin Cook. Mainly is really what happened after this season is that you can see that after a while he plays through injury which isn't great. So with him playing through injury and constantly getting hurt, now it seems as if that those injuries are having wear and tear on his body because he doesn't seem as quick or as fast as he used to be. And that over time is just going to be getting worse the older he gets and the more wear and tear he has on. So that's the issue with Dalvin Cook right now, where I still think he's he's going to be a good running back in the league, but I don't know if he's going to be that Dalvin Cook from like 2020 or even Dalvin Cook last season. Not last season.
Are you saying that
Dalvin nagging injuries
doesn't
have
have the
caught up
same
with
burst
him?
that he used to have?
Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Dub, are you saying that Dalvin Cook doesn't have the same burst he used to have, and he's not the same explosive guy that he was back in when he had like the 1500 and all that? Is that what you're saying, Dub?
Yeah, 2021 and 2020, I think he was much better. Yeah.
Crazy. It's almost like when I said it wasn't crazy.
Big
Trent?
50, 60-yard runs and like.
Dub, I literally said the same thing, and Trent was like,
"Oh, Trent got
he's the
mad?
same dude. He's the same dude."
Oh no, he's not the
Bro,
same
he
dude. He's not.
He lost his step a little bit.
He's not.
He's not. He's not.
But
Trent,
he can
get
still
Trent.
be
Sometimes it
very
matters who the
productive
message
enough
comes
to
from.
help a team out. He can
Fluid,
still,
literally, bro,
he can still have a
Fluid,
top 5 running
literally-
back caliber season.
He
Depends who
literally,
says it.
I said
He
this
can.
on
Archives.
podcast.
I already been
I
talking
don't know
about the
about top
Browns.
5.
He
I don't
definitely
know
I've
about
been
top
talking
five.
about the Browns. This is
But
Top 10, maybe. I'll give him
Dub,
top
Dub,
10.
you
Not
gotta
top
remember
5.
though, Dub, how many running backs in the NFL are like the alpha guys? It's a lot of these teams
Oh,
are running.
I'll give you the
running
names
back
right now.
bro.
I'll give you the names right now.
Wait,
You
what
wanna
do you
hear the
mean by
names?
that?
Dalvin,
Okay,
you got
Chubb,
you got
Henry.
Chubb, Henry, CMC, Saquon. And then
After those 4, bro, it gets crucial.
I know there's one more I'm missing. Hold up, wait.
Jonathan
After
Taylor.
that, there we go. Jonathan Taylor.
And then that's
Hey, and if we keep it a buck, Travis Etienne might be better than Dalvin Cook too. Let's really
He
talk
might.
about it.
Hold on,
I would
hold on.
bet
Let's
on
talk
that.
about
But Dub,
That he
Dub,
would
let
be
me
that
ask you a
good.
question though. With that being said, those guys are better. Okay, they're better than, but you don't think Cook could have a better season? It doesn't mean he's better.
No.
I think he'd have.
I don't
mean,
think
Josh Jacobs
think
had a
they're
better season
and
than
I
all
don't
of
think
them.
they
He
can.
can
I
have
don't
it,
think
bro.
they can have a
Jonathan
better
Taylor,
season.
bro.
But
Jonathan Taylor
honestly,
didn't have
like,
that crazy
He
of a
can have it,
season
bro.
last year,
He can
bro.
definitely have
Whoa,
it.
whoa, whoa!
I
What?
didn't say that. I
He
didn't say
didn't
that.
have that crazy of a season.
Hey, Bama said Josh Jacobs better than CMC because of that
That's
season.
crazy.
Wait. Josh Jacobs didn't have that crazy of a season. He proved me wrong.
No, I didn't say. Who said Josh Jacobs?
Oh,
No,
what
I'm
you
saying-
said? Oh, you said
Derek
Jonathan
Carr
Taylor?
tried his hardest to lose games, and Josh Jacobs won them games for them boys. Like
I said Jonathan Taylor, bro.
That is
Oh, my bad. Oh yeah, JT. So the main issue with JT last season is number one. I thought he was battling through multiple injuries on top of battling through injuries. That offensive line, I don't know what happened, but
They
it's
were
like they
not good.
forgot how to block. They just
Yeah,
forgot.
weren't
They
good.
completely
weren't
forgot how to
good.
block,
weren't good.
and they went through so many changes at the quarterback position.
But
I don't think
yeah.
I don't think the injuries is going to be a consistent thing, and I do think the line will be better from what it was last season, which is why I'm willing to bet that he will most definitely have a better season than Dalvin Cook.
And I'm
especially because they got AR-15 who can't throw the ball, so they're gonna be pounding that rock.
Stop the hate, bro.
OD.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
G baby,
Read options between those guys would be
G
amazing.
baby, you got one more time.
That part I agree with. That part I agree. If that read option does,
Hey,
that'll
Hey.
go crazy. I'll give him
hey,
that.
G baby, you got one more time before I got to get on your ass again.
Bro, I'm just saying.
Yo, we're gonna have to pull up on G Baby when you get down here, bro. Trey, because he be talking crazy about AF.
Wait, G baby down there with you?
Not in Houston. I'm in Austin.
He live in Austin.
Might have to take a day trip to come bully you into some common sense.
Bro, you're not doing that with AR-15, bro. I'm sorry.
Poor G baby. He's old. Poor G baby. Alexander, who do you think was the better wide receiver in their prime? Chris Carter or Marvin Harrison?
Marvin.
Yeah.
I don't even. And I ain't gonna hold you. Y'all probably not gonna like it. D Hop better than Chris Carter.
D Hop.
But keeping it a blunt.
Say that again, Trent. You said D Hop is better than
D
Chris
Hop
Carter.
is better than Chris Carter.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Me and you gonna
Hey,
fight.
Fluent, see what I gotta do with on the daily, man?
D Hop is better than Chris Carter.
See what I gotta do with on the
Here's
daily.
the thing.
What's
Here's
up
the
better
thing
hand?
with
Better than
Harrison.
somebody that
Here's the
gave
thing with
him the
Marvin
message.
Harrison and Chris Carter, man.
What?
Marvin Harrison can simply do more. It's like
You watch that. You watch that. You watch on
And
ESPN. Chris
Pete
Carter get
Harrison
that
was
boy
better.
Me and you both watched that ESPN little special segment with Chris Carter and D Hop when he gave him the method.
Bro. Okay.
How can you be better than your?
He gave him the
Okay,
sauce.
wait, Bama.
He
Hey,
gave
look,
him the
because I
sauce.
agree.
So
that
Bruce
this-
Lee better than
wait,
IP.
Wait,
Bruce
Bama,
Lee better than
Bama.
Ip Man.
Bama,
Hold on,
Bruce
hold
Lee
on,
better
hold
than
on,
Ip
hold on,
Man.
Bama,
Hey,
Bama,
Bama, let me ask you a
hold on,
question.
Bama.
Who's better,
Goku's
Lamar or
better
Michael
than
Vick?
Goku's
Hey,
better
who's
than
better, Lamar or Michael
Curry and
Vick?
Stephen Curry.
Bama, who's better, Lamar or Michael Vick?
Michael Vick didn't give Lamar no sauce.
Who's better, Goku or Master Roshi?
You
Michael
stupid.
hell are
Vick
you
didn't give Lamar
talking
no
about?
sauce.
Now that's
Who's
a
better, Stephen Curry or Stephen Curry?
Naruto or Jiraiya? Naruto
What
or
language are you speaking?
Anime, that's what I'm talking
Anime.
This is anime.
Oh, Jesus.
Naruto or Jiraiya? Come on, Bama. Like, come on,
You
don't
just
do
being
this.
ignorant right now.
No,
Wait,
don't.
I'm just
so
talking about
Michael-
on the real way,
wait,
on
wait.
the real realm. Is IP
On
is
the
Bruce
real
Lee
world-
better
in
than
the
Ip
real
Man?
world?
Is Bruce Lee better than Ip Man?
Don't fall for the movies, bro.
Bro.
Now you falling for the movie.
So wait,
man.
so you're
fall
saying
for the
Michael Vick? Wait.
movies,
So
Bama.
Michael Vick didn't give Lamar no sauce. Who Lamar get it from?
They don't play nothing like. I feel like that's very
You don't
that's
play
very
nothing
irresponsible and lazy to compare.
Bro,
Lamar Jackson.
I should pull up the California. We should run the 30. Why
Real
you
life?
say that,
Oh,
bro?
somebody just brought it up. Del Curry or Steph Curry?
Yeah, this is what I just said.
That's actually,
That's
oh, you
what I
did?
said,
You said
bro.
that? You said that? Fire.
You can't be better than your maker, man.
Dell.
He-
But
Come on,
hey,
bro.
at the end of the
Got
day,
that
though, with
Riz.
the Lamar and Vic stuff, it don't even compare, bro. Like Vic gaps him. I mean, Lamar gaps him so wide. Like, Paul.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
true.
but
Yeah,
that's
Lamar
the
is
closest
better.
person you can compare.
yeah, that was.
But Michael Vick gave him the
Lamar
blueprint.
clears him so.
But Michael
so
Vick gave him the
vastly.
blueprint. You can't be better than the guy who
That
gave you the
was-
blueprint.
Cut that
But
out.
Trey, hold on, wait. I do want to hear the reasoning on why D Hop's
Yeah.
better than Chris Carter.
Yeah.
I think when you talk about like hands, they're both generational, so they're probably I think they're in the same tier of greatest hands of all time. And then when it comes to like route running and like yak and just everything else, when it comes to wide receiver, I will probably take D-Hop in that over Chris Carter. And then for
Is
me,
D-Hop a better route runner than Chris
But
Carter?
hold on a second,
yes.
Trent.
Dead ass, like yes.
He a better.
Hold on, Trent.
I ain't even
I
gonna get
think
mine.
Chris
There's no way about
Carter,
it.
I think
better
Chris
in the
Carter
red
was a
zone.
better route runner.
D-Hop's
and a better
immediately
route shooter.
disqualified
To
for
me,
cheating. Stop
That
it.
does not matter. Bro.
Oh, okay, Mookie, my bad.
At the end of the day, D-Hop was just way more impactful than Chris Carter. That's the biggest.
And you know who
thing
else is gonna be
separates
better than Chris Carter when he retire? Devontae Adams.
Yes.
Yeah,
Devontae
probably.
better than D-Hop, but yeah.
You said Devontae Adams?
When he
Also,
retires, he's
also,
for
I
sure
want to
gonna
say
be
this
Yeah,
too.
now
I want to
that
say
they
this
got
too.
rid of
Chris Carter
Derek
will always
Carr,
be
he's
under
advanced.
off
A
his shadow. Let's be
more
honest.
logical comparison to Vic would be more so Kyler Murray than Lamar Jackson as well. Kyler Murray. is more so like-
All right, you good, gang, you good.
Y'all lying.
No.
Y'all just don't watch the game. Even D-Hop told you. Even D-Hop told you. Kyler Murray is one read and he forces it.
I
Same
think
thing
Kyler
with
Murray's
Vic.
a much
Kyler Murray
better
don't
passer
even watch
than
the
Lamar.
game, bro.
We exactly.
Much
Thank
better
you.
passer.
That's
Thank
what Mike
you.
Vick
Same thing
didn't
with
do as well.
exactly. Thank you, bro. We're not
Yeah,
even going to
Mike
sit
Vick
here.
wasn't
I
watching the
get,
game,
I
bro.
get,
Hey,
I get
Mike
your
Vick
boy
wasn't
went to
watching the game. He
prison
was
and
too busy
everything,
playing with
bro.
his
And he
dogs,
shouldn't have
man.
did that bid because
That was his
hey, bro,
brother. Stop it.
It wasn't him. But at the end of the day, bro didn't watch no film, and he was a run, read, and scramble, bro. Go back and watch Vic, bro. Get out of that nostalgia effect, bro. He was horrible if you play receiver for him. If you
Lamar
wasn't
Jackson
Peerless
is going to
Price,
be battling Kenny
if you was
Pickett
not
as the
Peerless
third best
Price and
best
Alvin
quarterback in
Crumpler,
his division. Come on, bro.
it was dead out there. It was dead out there because that boy Vic looked out of there. Man, fuck out of here, bro.
Vic ain't even use
So
no
Kyler
rush
Murray's
pass.
more Michael Vick than
Vic
More
ain't even
Michael
look at the
Vick.
playbook his first couple
More
years.
Michael Vick than a
Vic used to
moderate
throw the playbook in
version.
the
Of
back
course,
seat.
if Vic was in the air raid,
Hey.
he would put up them similar numbers.
Yeah,
But
except
based
Kyler
off of how
Murray
they
could
play the
pass.
game and how they see the game,
Kenny?
Michael Vick is more
Yeah,
Kyler
he
Murray
can.
than it is
Couldn't
Lamar
pass?
Jackson. That's irresponsible.
Hey,
I'll
Floyd,
probably
how
say
many
Deshaun
games you
No,
said we
I'm
got
making
left
the
to the
comparison
NFL
to
season?
Lamar Jackson.
Deshaun Watson and
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is more comparable.
What?
Deshaun Watson, yeah.
Bro, shut up, bro. Shut up, bro. Shut up.
Yeah, y'all irresponsible, bro. Because I'm finna break it down, bro.
Break it down. Let me
him
hear
break
it,
it
bro.
down.
Break
Let
it
him
down.
break
Let me hear it.
I would hate to say this, even though Deshaun Watson was like in worse franchise situations, schematic wise, he's always had a quick. What I always tell you, one thing that stops Lamar Jackson from really seeing how effective he is.
Oh,
Greg
talk to a
Roman does not
receiver.
specialize in the quick game. Lamar Jackson has zero quick game. Every quarterback thrives on the quick game. Your number one Glazer, Aaron Rodgers, quick game. Tom Brady, quick game. Patrick Mahomes, quick game. Everybody had quick game. Even Jalen Hurts this year had a quick game.
Tua.
Lamar Jackson still has no quick game. So if we,
Yeah, 'cause he
that's
can't
why I
read
say don't be
defenses.
irresponsible. Hold
That's
wait,
false.
let me cook. Let me keep cooking.
That's just false, bro.
Because if we don't keep being irresponsible, athleticism wise, Deshaun Watson can scramble just as maybe not fast, maybe he don't do all of them, but he is just as elusive and he can run with the ball. Don't sleep like he can't run.
This is
He's pretty
then
swift
who?
with the ball.
Then who? Lamar?
Finish, man.
No,
Let
I'm
him
not
finish,
saying.
man.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying a comparison.
God
If we
damn.
talking about
Bama,
comparison,
Bama,
they
question.
are legit dual threat quarterbacks.
Bama, do you
Meaning they are
understand the
deadly
gap?
with an arm.
Bro.
Do you
Bro,
Oh, let
understand
him
the
finish.
gap?
Wait, let him
The
finish.
All right, go
only,
ahead.
the only
you
gap
got
when you
it,
get
OJ.
them little extra yards because Lamar Jackson passed for 3,700 with no quick game and the best, and his offensive coordinator only specializes in the run. No matter if he got Joe Flacco, Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick, it don't matter who he have. He just does not specialize in the run game. So if he can get 3,700 yards, 37 passing touchdowns, with an offensive coordinator
I
who
never
has an
honest
innate
about Lamar
ability
Jackson,
to just put a pass game together, bro. You cannot just bring that up about, oh, he can't pass the ball. He can't do this. Because if we just take that sample size of what he can do in that passing game, and then I could take the sample size of, hey, I can only imagine if he had this, what this dude have, it's very comparable, bro. Like, bro,
Speculation.
it's comparable. Y'all just like how it looked. Y'all
Also,
that's why-
wait, hold on.
Also, it was
Y'all
3,100.
just like how it looked.
It
They
was
just like
3,100.
how it looked. When he
OJ
throw it
did
You didn't
prettier.
compare them as a
He
player.
throw it
Hold on,
prettier.
Trent. Hold on, Trent. OJ did have something to say. Go ahead.
I think the gap in passing proficiency and the ability to read the defense between Lamar and Deshaun Watson is very, very wide. And then the second thing and the last thing I'll say is this, bro. In the NFL, we have to ask ourselves a question, bro. In the NFL, bro, when you build a scheme around whether it's a running back or quarterback, but in this case, a quarterback, are you building a scheme around the talents of a quarterback, or are you building a scheme and trying to integrate that quarterback into it? I hear so many people say all the time, oh, Greg Roman this, the offensive coordinator that, oh, the way they build the scheme is Lamar Jackson, it lowers his ability to pass, blah, blah. No, they built the scheme based and predicated off of the talent that they perceive Lamar has,
This is why I'm
which
finna
is
eat
a
you right here.
deficiency in the
This is why
passing
I'm
game.
finna eat you. This is why I'm
Period.
finna put
You
your head
one
on
of
the
those.
spike, OJ. This is why I'm finna put your head on the
God
spike
damn,
right here.
OJ, you really one of those. God damn.
So this is why I say that. You always say, oh, do they build a scheme or they build around the quarterback? But if I could sit there and recall, every scheme looked the same no matter what the quarterback was. But we could talk about Sean McDermott. He had a similar scheme with Cam Newton. But guess what? They was a little bit more run heavy. When he got Josh Allen, they add that bitch out. What y'all was just crying about with Josh Allen. Man, he passed the ball 50 times. Cruz just said, imagine if he only passed 25. So if I could sit there and conceptualize with these offensive coordinators, yes, granted, they do have they set schemes. But if we could just switch a volume over to this quarterback, maybe we should pass more with this guy. But no, Greg Roman keeps his stuff the same no matter what quarterback it is. versus with a Sean
Nah,
McDermott
it's not just
or
Greg
Mike
Roman, dude. There's a
McDaniel
coach
or Mike
involved. There's a lot
McDaniel.
of people
It don't
involved.
matter. They switch their offenses up based off the quarterbacks they have. Greg don't do that. Greg don't do that. He keep the offense the same. We're gonna specialize in this.
And what quarterbacks has Greg Roman had?
Joe Flacco. So I'm finna drop this.
Because with Joe Flacco, they aired the ball out.
Put you with this on the Gridiron Bowl. So with
Joe Flacco wasn't running the ball like that.
The year before, we're gonna break this down. The year before, I believe, and I don't know, you stat merchants can check this. Before they got Greg Roman, I believe it was like 2016, 2017, somewhere up in this season. 2015, 2016, 2017. One of those years, the year before he got there, they had like a top 5 passing offense. The very next year, they was like 26 in the league. Like soon as Greg Roman got there. If you go back to when he was out there in San Francisco, they was 30, 31st, 32nd, 28th in passing. If you go over there when he was in Buffalo, they was 31st in passing. So that's all. I'm just going with his track record. He got cut from a high school because they couldn't pass the ball. I bet they ran wing T. They got rid of that boy. Like, bro, it's 20. You still running this? But like I said, everywhere he went, the passing of the team drops off substantially. Like I said, with the Ravens, they was just up top 5 passing the ball. He gets there, they bottom 5. So it's not
correlation without causation.
That's Joe Flacco. So does Joe Flacco have the same passing deficiencies as Lamar Jackson?
Well, by the time he got there, Joe Flacco was more so on the tail end, bro. Honestly.
Oh, there we go. Move the goal.
There's no there we go. Look up the years, bro.
I mean, Joe Flacco in 2017, 2018 was at the tail end of his career, was he not? Because then did he not get replaced?
Did he not
in the middle of
better?
that season, actually?
Did he not look better than?
Did Joe Flacco not get replaced in the middle of that season?
Did he not look better than Zach
Wilson? In the middle of that season, and they won 6 straight.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying Joe Flacco better than Lamar. I'm not going to
listen. At the end of
the
day,
for the sake of the argument, he was at the tail end.
This is what you guys have to understand. At the end of the day, it ain't good. You guys act like Greg Roman is calling all the shots, 100% everything. No, this is how it works. Hold on, this is how it. No, let me explain to you how it works. Because clearly you guys don't know. So allow me to educate you. Right?
To educate us, OJ.
The coach, the quarterback coach, the head coach, the offensive coordinator, all the coaching staff, they evaluate the talent of Lamar Jackson or quarterback in general. They see what his strengths are. They see what his weaknesses are. And together, collectively, they come up with a scheme and game plan to leverage his skill set. That's how it works. It ain't just Greg Roman unilaterally coming up with a scheme and say, that's what we're going to go with, bro. These guys are diligent about it. They're thoughtful about it. That's how it works, bro.
Guess what, OJ? That's why his ass gone.
Talents, not the other way around.
Okay.
3-0.
Here's my rebuttal to that, OJ. Just like every NFL franchise at every other level, when it comes to organizations, even when you talk about like the way the facilities look, nothing is uniform. The same goes for coaching staffs. There are staffs where the head coach knows, hey, offense ain't my thing. So when I hire this offense coordinator, he has full reign to game plan and do whatever the hell he wants with said offense, so I can be the guy who's the CEO, the guy who's running the day-to-day tasks.
Bill Belichick.
I will leave the game planning to him. John Harbaugh, his background is in special teams. He left that offense to Greg Roman. Every offensive coordinator he has had since he has been a head coach, he has left the offense to the offensive coordinator.
Thank you.
That's it.
Cause that's what I thought.
That's
what I thought. The only time it's like that. The only time it's like what you're talking about, OJ. From my experience, the only time it's like what you're talking about. The head coach has to be has to have an offensive background. Trent, am I lying? You play college football right now. Unless the head coach is an offensive mind, who you primarily getting your plays from?
The OC.
Oh, thank you.
That's common sense though.
Unless your head coach
doesn't change anything,
is an offensive genius where he checks off on the play, because I've been in the offense
my head coach right now.
My head coach was the offensive genius and he checks off on every play.
Like my head coach right now, Dana used to be like helping with the offense stuff like that. But he gave that fully to the OC now, so he doesn't do anything with that. That's probably what it is in Baltimore. That's why Greg Roman gets all the damn blame because he's sorry as hell.
Sorry as hell.
Like that's kind of common sense though. Like
yeah, and what else is common sense is that they built that offense around the skill set of Lamar Jackson and deficiencies.
But they didn't build nothing for him, bro.
I don't think so,
do you not? They didn't give him nothing to really work with. It's a testament how he bugged out that MVP year, throwing 36 and 6 with Willie Snead, Marquise Brown. Mind you, Mark Andrews wasn't even that guy yet.
He constantly overachieves, man. And Lamar Jackson's a winner. Like, say whatever the hell you want. The dude wins, bro. He wins. Period. I give him props. I get all that. But again, part of the reason the offense is the way it is because he has some deficiencies in the passing game, bro, and his ability to read the defense. Like, why are you guys against that, bro? Do you guys watch Lamar Jackson? Like,
what top 10 even top 5 quarter doesn't have deficiencies?
What quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes.
That's one.
Trevor Lawrence ain't got deficiencies.
There's a difference between deficiencies and glaring weaknesses.
There's a lot of quarterbacks with glaring weaknesses. Josh Allen is one of them.
T-line.
Oh God! All right.
What's Josh Allen's glaring weakness?
Decision making.
His decision making, the intermediate game as well. His accuracy under pressure, really bad. It's really, really bad.
He throws too many ducks sometimes. Like
when he's under pressure, 100%. It's bad with him.
I mean, that's true.
Who else got deficiencies?
But
Joe Burrow, I can't say much about Joe Burrow. That dude's a dog.
But
like that, man.
Dub, I got a question for you though. You brought up Josh Allen, right?
In the name of trying to make a big play. Plus, he holds the ball too damn long, which is part of the reason why he always ends up getting sacked.
Who's he talking about?
Talking about Joe Burrow. So basically, at the end of next season, Trey, you think T-Law can be better?
But Trey, though, he hasn't had the best line, though. To be fair,
he hasn't had the best line. Pressure rate is a line stat. If you're talking about sacks, not
all sacks are the same. Not all sacks are the same.
More often than not, sacks are usually a quarterback stat.
That's highly debatable.
It's debatable, but I'm just telling you
he does hold the ball too long sometimes.
A lot of the guys who are always top at the league or top of the top at the league when it comes to taking sacks are also the guys who hold the ball too long because they're trying to extend plays. Ben Roethlisberger was always.
No, that's a fact. It is. Lamar
but
Jackson usually leads the league in sacks, doesn't he?
If I may, sometimes a quarterback is forced to hold the ball too long. One, because maybe there's like schemes where the route runners have longer patterns and they have to hold it longer. They have bad receivers who can't create separation. Like there's reasons where it's not only the quarterback's fault, right? So that's why this is so hard when you try to put sacks on one particular thing when you know it's 5 or 6 different things all at the same time, and it could be multiple in the same play. So yes, most of the time I agree with you, but there are exceptions. Most of the time I agree.
Always exceptions. I'm just saying.
Fellas, I do have to end the show, but I think this was a phenomenal 2 hours.
Are we ever playing that game, or like maybe July?
Maybe when I get the voting system down.
We still don't have that. All right.
Yeah, but appreciate all you guys in here. Like and subscribe. And this was an amazing episode. Thank you all for being up here today, bro. Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.